Whoa, hello. Are we live? Guys, let me know if we're live. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to fix the score. That was my score prediction. Let me put 0-0 there so we can start off the bat. Okay. So I literally just got a chance to sit down. I could not find my Roku cable so I could hook it up to this TV that I was going to set up right here that I had set up ready to go, but I couldn't find the darn Roku plug. So I'm going to be watching a game on my iPad right here. So I'm not used to watching a game on a small screen like that, but I am going to do my best to see everything I need to see. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me for my first live ever. What do I think of setup? What do you mean? Oh, my setup? You're asking everybody else what they think of my setup? I try to change my setup every once in a while. I had the 3 players behind me for a long time, and now we're going with that image that I generated. I like to generate images on AI and see what I come up with. If you guys have been with me a long time, if you were here for the early videos I posted like last year, I used to make all kinds of generated images of the players and just have a little fun with it and make it funny, I guess. But this is basically all the stuff that I like. This is what I'm a fan of. South Park, Family Guy, Manchester United, and then cool art. And I game a lot. I love video games. Sports and games, man. All right. Let me check out the lineup, man. I have not seen the lineup. I'm going to hop on X real quick just to see what the lineup is. I've been busy this whole time trying to set this area up. Let's see if I can find the lineup, first of all. There we go. Onana, Mazraoui, Delit, Fernandes, Xerxes, Dorgu, Yoro, Garnacho, Casemiro, Dalot, Ugarte. Yeah, Rasmus is missing. So Xerxes is going to play up front with Garnacho and Bruno behind him. Interesting. So Casemiro is playing alongside Ugarte. Interesting. Guys, what are we thinking about this lineup? Casemiro, Ugarte side by side against Nottingham Forest. Why do we think we're doing that? You ever play War Thunder? No, I do not. I have not played War Thunder. I don't even know what that is, honestly, which makes me feel bad because I just said I like to game and I don't know what War Thunder is. Is my volume loud enough or do I need to go louder? Like, you guys let me know, okay? If it's too loud, not loud enough. I usually do all this in post, in editing. Guys, if anything's wrong with the picture, with the volume, I'm going to count on you guys to let me know so I can start tweaking on my end and see if we can find the right balance. But with that said, defensive lineup is what Art is saying, with Casemiro, Garnacho playing next to each other. Possibly a defensive lineup. Why do we think that is? Is it because Nottingham Forest is just really quick on the counter and we need to, thank you guys. Thanks for letting me know it sounds good. I appreciate that. We need to basically make sure they're not going to hit us on the counter. We need to have bodies in the middle. Let me see here. I'm also trying to see that I make sure I can see the screen when I'm watching it with this microphone in front of my face. Okay. Yeah. So if anybody knows me, knows that I usually have this notebook ready to go. And I take a ton of notes during games. This whole thing is filled with Manchester. This is all Manchester United notes. All of that. This is before I even started making videos for the channel. I do things during games, after games. I write like 1 minute something happens, like right here. In the 3rd minute, Onana comes out of his goal to go get the ball. Did a good job there finally. That was the game. Let's see. Man U against Real Sociedad. I write notes like that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that today, doing a watch-along, which is fine. It's okay. I'll rewatch the game later and do my notes later. But that's usually what I do. I write down the minute something happened, and I write down what happened that interested me, good or bad, sometimes if I'm confused as to what I saw, because sometimes there's so many things going on in a football game with the opposition shape and your team shape, that I might get confused. I'll just write down the minute and I'll say review this play. That's the only note I would write. I would write like 25th minute, review this play. And I would wait till after the game's over, watch it again, and watch to see what exactly happened to lead to whatever happened. And that's basically how I come up with whatever I come up with for the next video. If I tell you guys, a lot of times I don't even talk about it on videos, because honestly, I either see it talked about in a different person's video and I go, okay, that was a pretty good job. I don't need to like piggyback on that. I like to pride myself in that if I share something with you guys that I haven't heard it anywhere else, and that's why I'm sharing it. Watch along. First watch along of the channel. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guys, thank you again for being here. I'm actually somewhat surprised. I thought I'd be going live for like one person. But it's really cool to see you guys here. Really cool, man. I'm so excited. And I can't wait for the coverage to start and see how I do on this watch along. I'm going to try my best to engage myself with you guys, to read the chat that I see here in front of me. Let me see if I can move the chat a little closer to the camera and still see it. I won't get to see the last chat on it, though. That's the thing I don't like about that. Yeah, I won't see the last chat unless I leave it on this screen. I'm going to have to figure out how that works better. Best Man United channel on YouTube. Thank you so much, Nottm, man. That means a lot to me. There's a lot of good ones out there, guys. I won't sit here and try to claim that I am the best at this. I don't even know what I'm doing half the time. So, but it does make me feel good to hear stuff like that. It makes me know that, okay, I'm doing something right, and that if I keep working, maybe one day I can have the Best Man United channel on YouTube. But for now, I know I'm nowhere near that, and I won't even pretend that I am. Score predictions. Art. That's a great idea, man. Let's get some score predictions from all you guys. You guys already saw mine from earlier. If you saw it, I was predicting 3-1. Seeing the lineup now, yeah, I think I'm going to stick to 3-1. I really am. Here's the reason why. My whole point is that I think Ruben has had more time with the team because we just had an international break. And I really hope that that starts to pay off, because if that's not paying off and we're not in the right positions, doing the right things, even though he had more time with the squad, then I'm going to be very nervous about Ruben Amorim. Because at this point, I'm not expecting our players to be amazing or change by a lot, because I know what our players are. I have no delusions as to how good our players are. I know exactly who our players are, but Ruben did have more time with them in the last 10 days to train with them, to get them in the right positions, to hopefully make them think a little bit better. So hopefully we're going to see a little bit of that, and I'm going to stick with 3-1. Now, within 15 or 20 minutes of this game, I might change my mind and start cursing and tell you guys that there's no way we're going to win. I don't know. We'll find out. Saeed is super funny, man. Saeed's cool. I like Saeed a lot. I used to make fun of Saeed on my channel because if I make fun of someone, it's usually because I like them, man. If I don't like them, I won't even talk about them. And if I don't like them, not only do I not make fun of them, I'll just say something mean about them. Saeed, I used to always, did you guys ever see those photos I used to generate on AI and post to Saeed in my old videos? Again, in my old videos when I first started, I also was like just starting with AI generating photos and stuff like that. So I used to love doing weird photos of either like people who play for our squad or YouTubers who make Manchester United videos. That's right, Art. I think they have to show something different today after all that training. You guys remember in the early days, all the excuses were about we don't have enough time to train. We don't have enough time to train. Well, now they have. They have had enough time to train, so now we have to see. We have to see what that's about. Man, Hargaman, when I read the words NF or the letters NF, will play encounter, the first thing I thought of was NF the rapper. Because I used an NF song in one of my intros in a video like 3 months ago. NF will play in the counter, that's right, and they're really darn good at it. They're really good at the counter, as they did in our last game. This time I think RA will force them to take the game. Explain that, Hargaman. When you say Ruben Amorim will force them to take the game, explain that. Do you mean he's going to give up the ball and give them the ball and sit deep? Is that what you mean? Because you can't counter when another team is sitting deep. So is that what you're talking about? And is that why you think we're starting with Casemiro and Ugarte? Are we starting Casemiro next to Ugarte because he's going to give them the ball? He's going to give up possession. Is that what Hargaman is trying to say? And I'm sorry if I'm saying Hargaman wrong or whatever. If I don't say your name right, guys, excuse me and forgive me. It is what it is. I mean, so many people call me C-Mex when it's Samix. It is what it is. ETH, meet me in the car park. Weren't Højlund, Bruno, Mazraoui, and some other players gone for their national teams? Yes, they were. But those players we don't actually have to worry about doing anymore. Those guys are pretty good at, not Højlund maybe, but the rest of them, Bruno, Mazraoui, they're pretty good at being at the right place at the right time, right? They're not the ones you're worried about. The ones you're worried about are the ones that didn't play for their national teams. Those are the ones I'm worried about. Those are the ones that keep me up at night, right? I don't think Xerxes went with the national team, so he's getting a start as a striker today. So let's see what Xerxes learned in that time. Was I wrong? Am I right, by the way? I don't think Xerxes went with his national team. Ooh, I got to remember to start this clock at the right time. Okay, I got to remember to start that clock, or else I don't know how to reset it at the right time. If I don't start that clock at the right time, I'm going to be behind, and I'll just tell you guys, hey, we're a minute behind whatever the clock says or whatever. Yeah, I don't think Xerxes went. So I think Xerxes had a lot of time with Ruben. And I'm looking forward to see what that means. Maybe we are going to sit back, man. Xerxes up top over Rasmus because Forrest will sit deep and he's better at picking apart a defense compared to Rasmus. That's funny. So Jeff W. saying, what's up, Be Cool? Why are you saying sorry, man? Jeff W. saying, dude, you don't have to apologize to get a beer. Good for you. Get a beer. Jeff W. saying that maybe Xerxes sitting up there because Forrest will sit deep, whereas the way I feel Hargaman was speaking was because he thought we were going to sit deep and give the ball, give the possession to Nottingham since it's their home. Thank you so much, Lanray, Oyakonlu. Thank you, man. Thank you for the support. I do hope we get the win. My prediction was 3-1, that we will win, so let's see what happens. I really need to see a win too, Art. I really need to see a win too. I'm all about looking at the chat, by the way, guys, because the game hasn't started yet. But once the game starts, I urge you to forgive me. I'm going to be watching the game for the most part. I'll do my best to tell you guys what's going on in my head while I'm watching the game. If you don't agree with me or disagree with me, go ahead and leave it in the comments, man. Like I love to read it because sometimes I'll tell you guys the truth. I'll hold my hands up. Sometimes I will see something when I watch the game and I will feel a certain way about something that happened. And then the second time I watch the game, like the next day before I make a video about it, but I always watch the game twice, even before I started making videos. It's just the way I am. The second time I watch the game, I start seeing different things and I start going, oh, actually, it wasn't this guy's fault. It was this other guy's fault. Or the shape wasn't as bad as I thought. It was this one person made the shape look bad, and stuff like that. So if I say something that you don't agree with, go ahead and say it in the comments. It's fine. Say it in the comments. And I might even write it down in my little notebook here so I can watch for it the next time I watch the game. I can look and see if you're right and I'm wrong, okay? And this isn't about like me being right, you being wrong, or you being right and me being wrong. It's not about that. There's so much going on in a football game that inevitably you're going to make a mistake when you think you saw something. Hargamon, not sit deep, but we will control the game in a different way. This squad will control the game in our midfield, and then the transitions will be sick, giving Nottingham Forest a taste of their own poison. Okay. So we're not going to sit deep, but we will control the game in a different way. Let me know, the real question is, are we giving up possession, Hargamon? That's really what I was trying to get at. Even if we do sit in in a middle block instead of a low block. Even if we sit in a middle block, are you saying RA is going to want to give up possession to Nottingham so they don't really counter as much? Or do you think RA is going to want to hold on to possession? Me, personally, I don't think RA is going to give up possession in a way. And I think that he's going to stick to the Ruben Amorim blueprint of like trying to lose possession in zone 16 and 18. And if you guys don't know what zone 16 and 18 is, it's the top corners on the opposite side. On the opponent's side, around the corner blocks is where he, I believe, wants to give up possession. That's how he was with Sporting, and that's what sets us up to press. And I think that I hope we're not abandoning the press with Casemiro and Ugarte playing together today, but we'll see. Our midfield is terrible, though. I don't disagree, but I also don't agree. First time joining you live. Thank you. This is the first time I go live. So welcome to the first. It's first for both of us. Hamdan forever. Really enjoy your take on the team and the tactics of Amorim. I wish you all the success in this jungle of an online world. Hey, thanks, man. Thank you so much, man. I started doing this just because I wanted to do it for fun. I haven't, no lie, I haven't actually collected $1 from YouTube yet, even though somebody did donate like a super thanks on 2 videos ago. And I appreciate that. And not that you have to. That's not why I'm saying it. What I'm saying is I haven't made, they haven't sent me that money yet. So I haven't made any money doing this, and I've been doing this for like 14 months now. So just so you know, like I didn't do this to like become a content creator who's making a ton of money. I never even thought that would be possible, to be honest with you. I just do this because this is kind of fun. I like this, and I love this team more than I should. But I love this team. So I might as well have some joy out of loving this team. I'm curious to see Dorgu again too. I really enjoy watching Dorgu play. Dorgu like is the bright spot in the team that keeps me coming back and make me excited to watch. Man, my eyes are already turning red with these bright lights. Guys, I will be back in like less than 5 seconds. I'm going to have to turn this light down. I made it bright so you guys can see me in here really bright, but it's starting to hurt my eyes. So I'm going to turn this bright light down a little bit and see what happens to the picture. Namur, thank you very much, man. Thank you. Okay, I didn't turn it down that much, just so you guys can still see me, but I had to turn down that light a little. It's really bright right in my eyes. Okay, I'm looking at Forest lineup right now. Their usual. Who scares you the most on the Forest team? For me, it's Gibbs White. Gibbs White scares me the most. It's not Alanga. Bruno and Ten should help with counter press since Xerxes not as mobile. Correct. Actually, good call. Good catch. Following you from Malaysia. I love your work, man. Thank you. Thank you. GGMU. I have a feeling, although we were quite defensive, Casemiro, Bruno, and Xerxes will help with the creative works. Yeah, I agree. I really hope that this Casemiro helping with creative works is not something we have to worry about after summer. I really hope we're getting somebody in. Casemiro's not bad. I just need someone better. On my TV, in our broadcast, they're putting Mazraoui on the left side. I just don't see that. I think probably Euro will be on the left side. We'll see. I've seen Mazraoui on the left. I've seen Euro on the left. I just feel like Mazraoui is better on the right. But I might be wrong. We'll see how they actually line up. Put Garnacho on the right, which I like. I think Garnacho's been playing so much better since he's been moved to the right side. He's just become less selfish on the right side because I don't think he can cut in and shoot with his right foot. Is it possible to boost your mic volume a little bit? Yes. Yes, I will. How about that? Is that better? Is that too loud? Guys, let me know if it's too loud. I'll turn it back down, but I turned it up a little bit for Ruben, who asked me to turn it up. Is my audio capturing like the actual audio of the game? I hope not. Because even when I'm not talking, the mic is bouncing. Is that too loud? A bit loud. Okay. Okay. How about now? My problem is, like, what if I get excited and scream something? I don't want to like I don't want to deafen people. Marcus, what's up, man? I always see your comments. A bit loud. Okay, I thought I turned it down. Let me know. Let me know if it's loud now. I'm going to talk a little bit loud on purpose. Is this too loud or is this okay? This is me actually talking loud. My normal volume is going to be like this. My normal volume will be right around here. Okay, I got to start the clock on time. So, sorry, I'm not going to pay attention to the chat for a second. I got to start this clock on time. All right, the clock is exactly the way I'm watching the game, guys. That's the clock I'm on. That's cool. You guys are seeing exactly the same way. I'm like the same clock as the game for me. A little louder, okay? How about now? I just turned it up a little bit louder. Is that okay? Or what if I do that? How's that? Is that better? Guys, let me know if I'm loud enough. This should be it. I think I just set it up differently, and I think that volume should be better right now. All right, let's pay attention to the game for a couple of minutes, and then we'll talk about how we're set up and what's going on. Remember, I'm watching on a small iPad because I'm trying to watch in this room. I tried to get it on the TV in front of me, but I couldn't find the darn Roku plug that I needed to make that TV work, so I'm having to watch it on an iPad. Thank you for all the guys who told me the audio's perfect. Thank you. Okay, he's actually is playing Mazraoui on the left, which I always thought Mazraoui was better on the right. I've seen him play on the left before. I think he played on the left. Was it against Newcastle? I think he played against Newcastle earlier in the year on the left. I just remember that I made a video about how Mazraoui made a lot of mistakes when he was playing at the left center back position instead of the right. So let's see how he does today. Oh. I don't know. Like, I hope this isn't spoilers if I say what happened. But you guys know what clock I'm on. If anybody's ahead of me, then that's good. If you're behind me, then just pause my stream for however many seconds you need to, and then restart my... No, wait. If you're ahead of me, you could do that. You can't really do that if you're behind me. No, if you're behind me, you can pause my screen. Yeah, that's right. Just trying to read the game right now. This is usually what happens in the first 5 minutes, especially when you have the ball in your side of the field. You're just trying to read the game, trying to see how they're going to come out, when they're going to press, what they're looking for, what are their pressing triggers. This is good. I'm your eyes and ears, Ben. Oh, I just missed a shot. Looked like Bruno took a good shot. I caught the very tail end of it, so I don't know how it... Oh, okay. We got the ball back in the press. Garnacho sets Bruno up, who steps in on his right foot and takes a very nice shot. Ben, we got a corner, buddy. If I'm your eyes and ears, I'll let you know we got a corner right now, and I'm looking to see. Oh, that's a nice run. So all our bigger players came to the near post, kind of like what Arsenal did to us earlier on in the season. Oh no. Oh, not him, man. I need to see this play again. I need to see why we were so scared of him. Ben, I hate to tell you this, but after the corner, they come out running. They break away with two players, and Alonga being one of them. Alonga just gets in behind Dorgu. And who was that? Was that Garnacho? Was that Garnacho who tried to slide in and just missed? You almost have to take a sacrifice yellow if you're going to do that. If you're going to go to ground in the middle of the pitch, and he's about to, break through one more touch and a shot on goal, you gotta take the yellow. If you go to ground, you gotta bring him down. Just make sure you don't get a red. Don't make it dirty, but bring him down with you. You got to take a sacrificial yellow there if you're Garnacho, especially because you had defenders in front of you, so you're not the last defender. You're not going to get a red. Onana looked poor. Onana always looks poor, man. Sorry, I hate to... I don't want to be negative this early in the game, but Onana making great saves isn't something I'm used to saying or seeing. This is my fear. This is my fear, and it's about now, like, how quickly they can compose themselves, recollect themselves, and not do what they just did there, which is waste the ball that cheaply and that early in possession. Ilanga, yeah. Ben. Euro should have done better. Hold on. Finally a good cross. Yes. Was that Dalot? If that's Diogo Dalot, he needs to cross like that more often. Yeah, it was. I'm not used to him hitting good crosses in this whole season, really. This whole entire season, his crosses have been way too high and long. Forest is really compact. And they get back in shape pretty quickly. There's no room there. You got to switch the side. You got to switch. Stop looking for something. Get back. That's not what you do. Yes, now switch it. too slow. Too slow. We move the ball a little too slow for how compact they are. That was better from Cass, but it was a bad pass. This is trouble. This is trouble. I told you guys. Mazraoui on the left, guys. I'm not impressed with Mazraoui on the left. He's not on his correct foot. I know some people think he's both-footed and he can play on both sides. Not as good. He can't play on the left as good as he plays on the right. Nice. Nice. I'm sorry if I'm ruining it for some of you guys. It's just feels weird to sit here in silence. That's good. Garnacho dribbling in. Nice center. There, Dorgu just made it too easy. He was there too early, basically. He should have been running to that spot when the ball was passed. I'm super impressed by Lenny Yoro's composure, by the way. Super impressed by his composure and how he doesn't panic even though we're one goal down. That's the kind of ball, what Delo did right there. Delo trying to split the defenders and trying to get Garnacho the ball back. That's the kind of ball and the reason why Ruben Amorim wants a left-footed player to play that position. Because Delo on his left couldn't get that ball through. This is good. We're switching to Casemiro in the middle of the field, and then Cass passed it backwards. I was hoping it would keep switching to the left side. Deloto, Ugarte just passes it 3 inches too far for Bruno to settle it. Garnacho in the box trying to dribble against 3. I wish he didn't try to cross there, actually. Oh, we got a corner. Cheaply. Super lucky to get a corner. But we got a corner. But then again, the last time we got a corner, they scored. So I don't know why I'm happy that we got a corner. Hargamon, man. Did you just give it away? It's good news. I'm not going to say it. Maybe Maz is on the left so Yoro can drive forward. That's a very good point because Yoro's doing a fantastic job over there on the right. I just wish we had someone else on the left. That did not go in, Hargamon. I thought you were saying we were on top now because I thought we converted on the corner. I guess you're just saying we're on top now because we're playing better, which is true. Ben, we had a corner. Casemiro got a head on it, and wide right miss. I'm ahead. Art, how long am I ahead? How many seconds, minutes am I ahead? Guys, I don't know if you noticed, but Yoro hasn't made a... Well, actually, he had one bad pass that he tried to pass a long pass. But other than that, he hasn't made a single mistake yet. Dorgu, nice. This is good play. I won't give it up to people who are behind me, but watch how... the one-touch passing and the one-touch movement. Nice job. I really like Xerxes right now. I really like that fight. That's exactly what I need to see. That's what Rasmus should be doing. So I'm behind most of you guys. I'm only ahead of Art. No, heads haven't gone down, Ben. We're actually playing really well. We're actually playing really well for the last... since the goal. We had one bad minute after the goal, and then they got their stuff together. Ooh, we got to watch for the counter. We got to watch for the counter. Mazraoui, man. Commit or don't commit. Don't just half run there. They're really, really fast out of the block. Forest is. Every one of our corners, if they punch it or head it out and it goes to a Forest player, you got to watch out. They're coming, and they're coming fast. Oh, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? They get fancy like that. That's an Ugarte issue. He got too fancy in traffic. Casemiro makes the same mistakes, by the way. That's not just me pointing a finger at Ugarte. You got players who are not highly technical trying to be highly technical. Mount's better than Bruno on corners, on corner delivery. The only one that's impressed me on corner delivery was Ahmad earlier in the year. I don't know how Mount is, by the way, so I don't disagree with you. I just don't know. We're playing on our half. We're trying to pass out. So far, so good. Nice job. Nice job. We just made 5 one-touch passes and got out of our half after a switch. Very nice. Very nice. So I would say that was 8 to 9 passes that ended with a cross into the box. That's the kind of stuff I want to see more often. That was 8 to 9 passes, 5 passes to get out of our half, and then another 3 passes that led to Dorgu crossing into the box. Very nice. Yes, Ben. Not sure said goal, which is pretty much funny because you're not sure. And I'm pretty sure there is no goal. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, Maz. But don't waste it. Don't waste it. Turn around. We get too many players who do something like that. They'll do the hard part and mess up the easy part. And it's a shame. The hardest part was getting the ball back in the middle of the field. The easy part is turn away from the 3 opponents and pass it to one of your teammates. Hey, Art, I know you saw my cup. Dorgu, take the space. They're giving you all that space. Take the space. Don't do this. I don't understand that when it happens. Like right now, Mazraoui, take the space. There you go. Take the space. Exactly. They're giving it to you. You take it. You force them to have to change, and somebody has to step up. What are we doing? Why is Dorgu going... I'm trying not to curse. Why is Dorgu making that mistake? It's so fast when they get the ball. When they get the ball, it's so fast how quickly they go from their end to ours. This is what we need to fix in the summer. We're a little too slow. Our squad's a little too slow. Everyone we buy in the summer has to have some form of pace as an attribute to their game, because we have all the slow players we need. We don't need any more slow ones. Take the space. Keep going. So here, Cass and Ugarte, the way they're walking around, both of them, you've got two guys with the similar mentality of not trying to give themselves up for an out. Look at this. They're not really creating space for an outlet for themselves, which really hurts the rest of the team and makes it really easy for the defenders just to worry about Garnacho and Bruno. Because Cass and Ugarte are walking around a little too much for me. Look at Cass jogging right there. Like, be a threat, or then they just go with the long ball because they don't. Space is not being opened up. This is why we need another center midfielder to play alongside Ugarte, who's going to be looking to get the ball and want the ball on every instance. Nice. Not nice. It's everybody in the world knows you're going to try that. You need to fake that and cut back Garnacho. So Garnacho makes the exact right diagonal run that I always talk about. He gets the ball fed to him from Delo. And then on his first touch, he decides to try and turn and cross when the defender's right on his back, knowing that the defender's only job is to try to stop that cross. Take any other option, and we keep the ball and maybe work it back around the edge of the box. I still think on that goal that Garnacho should have fouled Elanga. I think he should have fouled Elanga and take the yellow. But that's a veteran. Like, I'm not going to blame the young man for making that mistake, but I think a veteran for sure brings the player down, especially knowing that he's not the last defender and he's not going to get a red card. Oh my God. Elanga again running at our defense. Okay, we had two people back there to step in front of him. Casemiro, De Ligt did a good job. Onana should have had it, should have not had it. I totally get that. I totally understand that. Onana should be a better goalkeeper, but he's not. And you don't, if you, as any outfield player, if you can stop the play from getting to the point where it's all in your goalkeeper's hands, you want to stop the play before it becomes a goalkeeper. Before you depend so much on your goalkeeper being the person to stop the play. Yes, Forest is very scary on the counter. They are way too fast for my liking. So we definitely didn't give them the possession of the ball. Like, we definitely have the possession stat on our side. The problem is, that was really good, by the way. Garnacho had to drop all the way back to our half of the field to pick up the ball and run with it, and then he does that. And then he fouled, too. So, this is IQ. We talk about this all the time on the channel. We used to talk about it even more last year when I first started the channel. The football IQ. You do the hard part. You go all the way back. You pick up the ball. You turn around. And you drive it forward 30, 40 yards. You basically get it from 10 yards past your box, and you get it all the way to the edge of their box. And then you take one really bad touch, and you step on the opponent's foot and get a foul. It just drives me nuts. Oh, nice job. Thanks for reminding me about the scoreline. I totally forgot. Probably because I didn't like who scored. But yes, sorry about that. Thank you for reminding me. You have to remind me things like that. I will forget. But yes, there you go. Sorry. Thank you for reminding me. But yeah, my point was that Garnacho does all the hard work, gets it there, takes a bad touch, trips over himself, steps on the opponent's foot, maybe even get a yellow card. I don't know if I didn't see if they gave him a yellow card or not. Somebody tell me in the chat. Did he get a yellow for that? I was already looking away in disgust when it happened. And that's just IQ. That's just IQ. You how do I put this without sounding like I'm complaining all the time? Yeah, the scoreline did look better before. How do I put this, man? I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. I don't want to sound too negative, but Garnacho needs to be one of our best players on our squad, and you can't be making brain-dead mistakes like that. That's just too easy. You don't have to be like a football genius not to make that mistake. You just have to be not dumb. Garnacho again with the ball. Nice. He laid it off for Dalot like he should have. And Dalot looked like he made a decent cross there. If it didn't get intercepted, it was an okay cross. It wasn't high enough. I feel like it was probably really low. But at least it wasn't booted over and passed. Look at Amarin's face, dude. I'm telling you, this guy knows that he's putting in... He looks like the face of a man who's worked really hard and doing really well, good work, and he knows he's doing good work, but it's not paying off. Yeah, he looks like a man. Xerxes needs to track back too far. Ooh. Did Euro hit him in the head? Oh, damn. Is that going to be a red, guys? The high boot into the goalkeeper. Is that fair game? Because, I mean, it's not intent. Okay, it's fair game. They're not even VAR reviewing it. I swear to God, I feel bad for my manager, man. I just feel like he looks like a guy who's done good work. Like, he doesn't look like a guy who's confused. You know, if you haven't done good work, you could see it in the person's face because they're confused. They're like, wait, what did I do wrong? He looks like a guy's like, I know I've done good work. These guys are doing it during the practice sessions, and they're too slow, and they're not executing in the games. I guarantee the training sessions look better than this. The ones that we're not privy to, not Not the rondos. I'm talking about when they actually scrimmage and stuff like that. I guarantee they probably look way better than this. That's probably why he's that angry. No, Art, don't give up yet, man. Don't give up yet. Like, it's not that bad. We've played a lot worse. All right, see you, Ben. Nice pass. Garnacho. Bruno is going to try it. That's out of desperation, I feel like. He just knows that nothing else is developing, so he's going to try it. Garnacho on the left this time, so I know he's going to try some to find a shot. That's what I figured. You got to lay this off. There we go. Ugarte laying it off to Dallo, who didn't run down the sideline. You need it. Dallo needs to take that down the end line. He's not doing it. And he's leaving a desperate high floating cross from Casemiro is not the play. When Dallo first got fed by Ugarte, the play in all the sporting teams' plays, Dallo would take his first touch straight down to the end line and then cross it backwards. That's not what he did there. And I'm telling you, look at Amarim's face. Look at Amarim's face. I'm telling you, there's these little things that I notice in every sporting play whenever they set up a triangle like that by the corner edge of the box. It's either supposed to end up being the outside guy passes to the inside guy who's making an diagonal run. But if the inside guy has the ball, he passes to the outside guy takes it all the way to the end line and cuts it back. Mikra Media, man, you're absolutely right to feel that way. Eddie, we are pressing them. We're doing pretty good. We're not doing bad. We're just messing up that last final decision. If we score, we might have a win. Yeah. Let me put it this way. If they score another one and it becomes 2-0 before halftime, I still think we might win this game. But if they score another one after halftime, I'm going to be worried. Because I think we're outplaying them for sure right now. We just need to clean up that last decision. Those decisions are really bad. And it's the same guys. I hate to put it this way, but it's the same guys, okay? I feel, you know what? I'm not even going to say the names. You guys know who I'm talking about. I'm not going to say the names because I don't want to come off like I'm hating a player. I don't want either one of these players sold. So the ones I was going to name. So I'm not going to name them. You guys should figure it out. There's two guys who have been making bad decisions after we get next to the opponent's box. Eddie, I hope we equalize before. Eddie M, props to Alanga, though. He's really proving why Ten Hag made a mistake in rating Antony ahead of him. Rating anybody, rating Antony ahead of anybody was a mistake, wasn't it? Are Forest playing Gegenpress? No, I don't feel that. Maybe. Hold on. That's actually decent, but I think they sit back too much for it to truly be called a Gegenpress. Guys, I'm watching Ugarte and Casemiro, and I'm watching. You see how Bruno was telling Mazraoui, like, come take the space, which is what I was saying, 10, 15, 20 minutes ago. Like, you guys, they need to be taking the space that they're being given, so that the other team has to do something different. So that you know, if you can't find holes, then you've got to move the opponent's players around. You have to force the opponent's players to have to move around to hopefully open up new holes, new gaps. But other than that, you've got your two pivots in the middle. You got your Casemiro and Ugarte in the middle, and they're just walking back. They're making their markers' job so easy. I can mark them, and I'm not good. I don't have the legs anymore, and I don't have the lungs anymore, and I can mark them. I wish we kept Zidane Iqbal. My answer to that is, I wish we could buy a level better than a Zidane Iqbal. I understand what you're saying, because I do want that profile of player, but I want the better version of that profile of player. Ben, I do blame Ten Hag for how bad our squad is built. He is, for sure, 50 to 60% of the blame goes on Ten Hag for the way our squad is built. But the other 40% or 50% is also on our recruitment department and the people in charge of the names, the list of names they put in front of Ten Hag. Now, I think Ten Hag's tenure was some of you guys might not agree, but in my opinion, Ten Hag's tenure and squad building mistakes all happened in the first summer when he didn't get De Jong, and they waited until the last minute to get Antony, and ended up spending way too much money on Antony. Antony should have been bought for half the money he was bought for earlier in the summer, and they should have either gotten De Jong done or abandoned the De Jong tactic or strategy early in the summer and got someone younger than Casemiro who could do more De Jong-like things, because Casemiro and De Jong are nowhere near the same player, which totally changes the way you play. If you have De Jong, you play completely differently than you play when you have Casemiro. Okay, hold on. We're doing a pretty good job of passing the ball around. Bruno just sent one out to Delo. Delo needs to make a decision on whether or not he's going to go or not. He didn't go, but it didn't help that Garnacho actually worked out there and took it from him. I'm not sure I like what Garnacho did there by coming out wide and taking that space. That's Casemiro ball. Back to Garnacho. Decent, but they're not exactly the kind of players that know how to play in those tight spaces like that. That's not a Garnacho forte. That's more of an Ahmad forte. That ball back he just got from Cass. Okay, Delo's got the ball again. I don't want to see Garnacho go out wide and take dice. Good job. Better job, better decision across. I wish he took it down to the end line first before he crossed, but better decision across. And it was a better from Garnacho for not going out there and cutting off that space. Garnacho needs to make the run inside and stay in that lane and not just rotate out, which now just kills the ball in the space. Guys, seeing what you're seeing here, can I get a quick comment or something from you guys that are watching me here? Who wants new attacking midfielders, and who's happy with Garnacho, Xerxes, Ahmad being our attacking midfielders? And I want you to think to yourself that if you want an attacking midfielder, then one of them is either benched or sold, and you got to be okay with that. So who wants attacking midfield? Because we can't sell Mount. He's not going to be sold. We're not selling Bruno, that's for sure. So an attacking midfielder that comes in is going to be replacing one of these three players that I just said. Dorgu to Garnacho. Garnacho to Delo. Very nice. Garnacho's making a good run there. Delo chooses to cut inside instead of give it to him. Dallo back to Casemiro, back to Garnacho. This is very good. Oh, that's a beautiful pass. That's the best thing Garnacho did this whole half. That little layoff pass, if you guys are watching, that little layoff pass to Ugarte, who then crossed it way too high. But that layoff pass to Ugarte is exactly what he's supposed to do. That's exactly what Ruben Amorim wants them to be doing. Swap Garnacho for Osimhen in my dream world. That's tech. Definitely new attacking mins. Hamdan forever. All in all, there is progress, and I am surprised the setup is good. Art, correct. He is between the goal and Elanga, and God's right giving all the space to Elanga to shoot. What are we talking about? Oh, Mazraoui is the culprit of the goal. Got it. Yeah, Mazraoui didn't do a great job on that goal, for sure. But I believe Mazraoui was worried about the guy behind him, and he was worried that Elanga was going to pass the ball to the guy behind him. So Mazraoui does that a lot, though. I said it earlier in a different problem. I said, Mazraoui, make a decision. You're either going to go or not go, right? Mazraoui does that a lot on defense. He's always very careful. He doesn't commit 100%. He does, but very rarely. He likes to try and play two people at the same time, which I understand. It's what thinkers do, and I like the fact that he's a thinker, but sometimes he thinks for too long. It's like, hey, bud, you got to make a decision now. It's over. Like, you've played the safe way, and now it's time to make a decision. I really love Lenioro. I like the way he strides with the ball. I like how he looks on the ball. I can't believe he's as young as he is. He looks very comfortable. I don't know why Deluxe just sent the ball to zone 18 when there was no need to, when the guy's running against two players that are actually ahead of the play. But at least he didn't leave the pass short, which means they had to clear it, so we get a throw in there. And I've done that. I've said that in videos in the past, that you can't leave that pass short. If you're going to zone 18 or 16, that pass can be anything but short. It can be too long is fine. Short is not allowed. I see Mount come in, but for whom? You're talking about in the second half, obviously. Cass out, Mount in, Bruno deeper. 100% agree that something has to happen with the two midfielders in the middle. Because in the build-up play, they're offering nothing much until we already get to the other side. And then you start seeing Ugarte and Casemiro get a little more involved. But they're not helping us get out of our own half. That's Ugarte doing a pretty good job holding on to the ball. Now you got to let it go, though. Now you got to let it go. Now you're holding on too long. By the way, some I have to watch what I say sometimes. People will talk about the team shape and talk about how this team shape is hurting us from getting out of our own half. And that's fair enough to them. Maybe there is a shape that can get us out of our half better than our shape. And that's what you're going to see some videos about tomorrow if we lose this game. But I want you to remember what we're seeing together while we're watching this, and how our two midfielders aren't helping with aren't helping with the way their movement is in making this shape effective. Yes, there's obviously, you can bring two players back into the midfield and overcrowd the midfield, and that will be a better shape to get out of our half when they're playing man-to-man. Because right now they're playing a little bit man-to-man from midfield on. They're not doing that on our defenders, but from midfield on, they're playing a little bit man-to-man from a mid-block, basically. And it is hurting us trying to get out of our half. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you the shape is the big problem, although, of course, there's always a shape that can help you get out of your own half better. But that's not Ruben wants this shape, but we need better movement. Dorgu, Garnacho's come to the left side to play with Dorgu, and then he dribbles it right into the opponent. Guys, so attacking midfielder, the way we were talking before, and I asked you guys to tell me If you wanted a different attacking midfielder, I see Joshua in the 10 and Rasmus in the 9. Yep, I agree. They're better at those things. Now my turn. I would wholeheartedly, without a doubt, take 2 attacking midfielders and bench 2 of the 3 players that I mentioned earlier easily, and I would sell 1 or 2 also. And it's not because I don't like them; it's because it's time for an upgrade. So Hamdan, I think I'm finally coming to the idea of letting Garnacho go. The 2 number 10s and 2 behind them must be highly specialized, and having a converted winger doesn't cut it for me despite being young. What Hamdan said right there, what I want you guys to understand is this isn't player hating. I'm not hating on a player. If I say that I'm okay with Garnacho being sold, I'm okay with, say, Mainu being sold. This isn't me going, oh, I don't know how to, like, I don't know, what is it, support the youth or whatever. That's not it. This is me saying I would like an upgrade. And in the future, once our team is solid, once we have solid players in almost all positions, then we can afford to give youth time because there would be backups to solid players. Right now, our youth, our young players, have to perform at top levels because there's no one in front of them or better than them. We're not that club right now. We're not the club that can afford to give young players time. Maybe I'm wrong, and maybe you guys hate me saying that, and maybe I shouldn't be saying that on a live. But you're watching a game like I'm watching a game, and you can see who's making mental errors. And I'm not saying he's a bad player for making the mental errors. At his age, he should be making mental errors. That's what he's supposed to be doing so he can learn from them. But do we have the money to not sell him yet upgrade at the same time? That would be ideal. I don't think we have that kind of money. I don't think we have the kind of money where we can afford to not sell him and upgrade at the same time. Casemiro gets the ball, taking the space. I like that about Cass is he always takes the space. And he passes it before it's too late. Cass is showing veteran. That I don't like. Of course, as soon as I say Cass is showing veteran IQ, he does that. There's no winning, I swear to God. Like, even when I'm trying to be optimistic, then you get that. We're going to have a good talk with each other in a couple of minutes when this half ends, because I want to hear everyone's ideas and everyone's thoughts. And I want to see who disagrees with me. Oh, Xerxes, nice ball to Garnacho. Let's see what Garnacho. That touch was too far. Was it an easy play to do? No. Did Garnacho have, the best ball ever from Xerxes to make sure his touch was good? No. But still, I would expect you to see your opponent and touch it away, not touch it towards. But the thing is, he's still thinking goal first. He's not thinking, okay, I don't have that lane. The pass from Xerxes wasn't the best pass in the world. I don't have the lane to go towards the box. I have to touch it away to zone 18. And then maybe I'll get a cross into Bruno or something like that. But he doesn't think like that. He's always thinking like, oh, what's the best way to go to goal? Well, dude, that lane's taken. Mike Mikra. Garnacho is definitely more talented than Daniel James. But your question was, is he better than Daniel James for us? I would say yeah, but not by much. Garnacho is not a bad player. Again, I'm not saying Garnacho is a bad player. In the future, Garnacho might be one hell of a player, by the way. This I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm not hating. That's why I get frustrated when people go, "Oh, you want to sell Garnacho, you don't know football or whatever." No, I know football, and I know that he could be one hell of a player in about 3 years. I just don't know if we can afford to keep him and buy an upgrade for now, for the next 3 years until he gets smarter. Oh, Cass. Oh, Cass. Odds of that going in, by the way, is 8.5%, something like that, from what I've read from shots from that far out. So it wasn't supposed to go in anyway. It might even be less than 8.5. I think that was a free kick from there is 8.5. Yeah, that's what it is. A free kick from there is 8.5% odds of going in, and an open play to take it from there is like 2%. Am I watching the same game, everyone? I had to come here because actually I thought we've been doing really well in general at this game. Yes, we are doing really well. TK, we're actually moving the ball really well. We are doing really good until we get to the final decision. The final decision, the last attacking puzzle piece, whether that's a pass, a touch to a certain area, or a shot, has been awful. But we are moving the ball better. We are passing out of the press much better. We did a couple of times that half. We passed out of the press in highly impressive ways. Highly impressive. There were a couple of times where we did one-touch passes, 3 or 4 passes, and got out of their press, which to the point where I don't even think they pressed anymore. They started sitting back a little more. It's just that final decision. TK, welcome to the channel, by the way. We are playing so well at the moment, it's unfair. Yeah. There's good moments, but from what I've seen, we've been good until the final third of the pitch. Exactly what I said. Nice job, Ben. I mean, this is what Forest do, though. They defend and counter. Yes, and they're really fast. Yeah, I know he's talented. What I mean is, who impacts the game more? Dan James when he was with us or Garnacho under us? That's hard, Mikra, because Garnacho really does impact the game a lot. Probably more than Dan James. Because Garnacho calls attention to himself, right? Like opponents double team him. And that does impact the game. It opens spots. I just wish he made smarter decisions, right? Like, so he does move opponents around. Believe me, like they are paying attention to Garnacho, but they're also not worried about Garnacho because they know if they pay attention to him, they can probably get the ball back. But when Garnacho's hot, he's deadly. Casemiro could have chipped the ball to Josh. Yes. Let's be honest. The final ball has been the big issue for a lot of the season. 100% correct. This is why I want other attacking midfielders. People here are forgetting this is the city ground where all the giants of the Premier League struggled badly. I think, I just missed that. I think we did well in the first half. I think so too. For everything other than that final decision and the final play, whatever you want to call it. I can see glimpses of Sporting there for sure, 100%. Garnacho is one of the worst players I've ever seen. Nah, it's not true. I know why you're saying that. I know why you're saying that, and I agree let's put it this way. Garnacho makes some of the worst decisions I've ever seen is a completely different statement than Garnacho's the worst player I've ever seen. Because he's not. He can't be one of the worst players you've ever seen. But he does make some horrible decisions sometimes. Often. I'm not even going to say sometimes. Let's just say often. Do we need Eriksen? God, I don't like it. I just think Eriksen's kind of past it for me. I really think he needs to be in the MLS at this point. I see Mount more than Eriksen. For 100%, I would rather see Mount more than Eriksen because I need Mount. I need Mount to be healthy, and I need Mount to be ready to go in the Europa League. I think Mount, a healthy Mount, one that's played 10 games, okay? So a healthy and fit, like game fit, trying to get back to form. I think a in-form, healthy, game-fit Mount can really help us in Europa League a lot. We're going to need something like that. We're going to need Ahmad, hopefully, which we're hearing that he might be back before, if we make it to the Europa League semifinals and finals, he might be back for that. So I would love to see Mount and hopefully Ahmad too. Not today, obviously. I want to see Mount today a little bit, but I want to see Ahmad back for Europa League finals because I want to win the Europa League. I just pity Amarim, man. Yep. We have better possession but can't convert chances. Yeah. Do we need Eriksson or Bruno in the mid? I would take Bruno over Eriksson any day of the week. Garnacho is so bad, man. I already talked about that. You all know how I feel. I don't think he's a bad player at all. I just think he makes horrible decisions, and I don't think we have time to educate. If we can afford to keep him and upgrade, I'm all for it. If we have to sell him to get a good attacking midfielder, then we got to do what we got to do. We created good plays, but then we are missing quality near the area. Let me move this chat to here so I can watch you guys. Okay, do we need Eriksson or Bruno in the mid? I already read that. Garnacho is so bad. I already read that. We created good plays, but then we are missing quality near the area. Bad decisions, bad touches, 100% be cool. I am with you, man. Thought the live would be on Big Up. I go on Big Up on most Wednesday mornings. I'm going to say most from now on instead of every. And maybe, maybe I'll do a live on Big Up tomorrow morning. So Wednesday morning lives are usually on Big Up. If I do a live on Big Up, which I'm averaging almost every week, but sometimes I got to go to work, man. I can maybe do a live on Big Up tomorrow, 9:30 my time. We can talk more over there where you guys, if you guys have a camera and a mic when you come to Big Up, that's why I go live on Big Up, because I'd like you guys to be on the show talking to me for a couple of minutes, and then I'll move on to the next person. Of course, I can't just, I agree with others. Cast off Bruno deep. Let's see how hungry Mason is. And if no goal at 60 minutes, Rasmus for Joshua. I don't disagree. Cast off Bruno deep would give us a little bit better movement in the back. I don't like Bruno deep. But if that's what needs to happen for us to get some movement in the back, then that's what needs to happen. Final third is not doing well. Delo probably crossed more this game than the rest. Yeah, and actually his crosses weren't complete, utter crap. They were actually better crosses, so I'm happy for that. But still, I think Delo is the person who makes the second worst decisions on our team. Not the first, but the second worst decisions are being made by Delo. Bruno need to go back in the middle, Xerxes back at the 10. I understand why you're saying that, and I think that's probably what we're going to need to do. Nuno already went 3 CB. Yeah, that's Nuno, isn't he? I don't really like Nuno as a manager. He's good, he's effective, but God, that's boring to watch, just waiting for counters. So if Chris Wood was here today, it might be worse. I don't even want to think about that, Eddie, but yeah, probably. It was a pity that Delo's header might go in. Huh? It was a pity that Delo's header might go in. I don't remember. LOL, would be. I'm not even going to read that. Garnacho seems still an academy player, not ready for Premier League. Correct, 100%. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve any minutes in the Premier League. I just don't think that he gets a lot of minutes, doesn't he, for a young guy? A lot of minutes, and there's too much on his shoulders, and it's not his fault, man. And he's playing for Manchester United. He's not playing for Southampton, where you just have to have a good game every 3 or 4 games. At Manchester United, you got to have a good game 75% of the time, I guess, before someone like me gets on YouTube and goes, what the hell is he doing? Nah, Garna is good, yeah. Hoyland should be brought in. Almost believe that, yes. I want to see Rasmus, because I think he's good. I just hope Hoyland doesn't come in right now and start falling on the ground every time that somebody puts a body on him. Is there hope for us in Lyon? Yes. 100% yes. Yes, there is hope in Lyon. Yeah, I really do think there's hope in Leon. I want you to remember, like, Nottingham Forest is not a bad squad, and we're outplaying them. They're not a bad team. They're not. They're in the top 4, aren't they? They're not a bad team, and we're outplaying them. Leon's not as good as them, and not as deadly in the counter either. Mount needs minutes. Yes, 100%. Amon might be back. Damn, thought he was done this season. No, Amon might be back is what we're hearing, that he's somehow doing better than we thought. That doesn't mean he's going to be back for sure, Ben. There's a chance. Garnacho is not that talent for me. He is so bad. His decision-making is consistently garbage. People overhype him. I would have sold him to Napoli during January and brought in someone else. I totally understand why you're saying that. Honestly, the reason most people are not happy with Mount is his injury record. 100%, man. Mount fit. Mount from 4 years ago was a pretty good Mason Mount. Not number 7 caliber, though. That's the one thing. That's the other thing that upsets people. It's like, you don't give Mason Mount the number 7. It's enough pressure to come play for Manchester United, and then you get the number 7. Like, if you're going to give somebody number 7, it's got to be like no one on our squad right now. I can't name somebody on our squad. Honestly, the reason... Okay, I already read that. Timer for second half. Oh, yeah. Thank you so much, man. That's why. Thank you. Timer for second half. Let's stop, and I'm going to reset it, and we're just going to play. I don't know. How am I going to say second half? I should probably add the text box. Let's see. Okay. I'll just write second. And then what? Can I just put that like there? Make it smaller. Is that okay? Yeah, that's good enough. Thank you for reminding me. What's the link to Big Up? It's Samik's Football. If you go to Big Up and just search for Samik's Football, you'll find my channel there. But I will post a link on my X before I go live, which is what I did even today with this video. If you're not following me on X, man, just, go to X and follow me. It's right down there on your screen. It'll tell you what it is on the bottom. It's basically at Man United FC, man, is my X handle. Follow me on X and you'll get all the links to anytime I go live. I usually post that I'm going live like a half hour before I go live. I'm not really good at like setting it up right like everybody else and letting you know a couple days beforehand and all that. Like I'm just not there yet. Maybe one day I'll be a real content creator and act like the big boys. Thoughts on Dorgu so far? He's somebody who's still learning his way around the Premier League. He does a lot of things bright and good. Garnacho's trending on Twitter. Dude, in a bad way? Mikra, let me know. In a bad way? Or in a good way? I don't see how it could be a good way. But thoughts on Dorgu so far? So, I really think that he's not shocking the world, right? Like, he's not coming here and amazing us, but we can all see that he's an upgrade on what we had before, and he's exciting to watch, and you know that there's something in the tank that we're not seeing yet, maybe because of nerves, maybe because he's still getting used to not only playing in the cold all the time, but also, like, just getting used to living in a new country. You could tell he's not at home yet, but I have a lot of high hopes for Dorgu in another, let's call it 6 to 10 games. I always feel like you need to get somebody like 10 to 15 games under their belt, and then you start to see who they really are, because they should be more relaxed, more calm, and more like be able to show themselves more and not be like a anti-nervous wreck, which is sometimes what I see in him. I see him like second-guessing himself, passing backwards, but I also see him attacking and going forward, and when I see that, I'm like, wow, he's actually really good. So it'll develop. I have high hopes for Dorgu. We need an Ugarte upgrade like an Ederson and Stiller. If you watch my videos, then you know how I feel about that. And short answer, I 150% agree with you. But I'm not going to go into detail right now. People get mad. It's on my videos, though. I don't hide my feelings. I don't dislike Ugarte. I'll make that clear right now before a million people get in the comments or start saying negative things that I don't like Ugarte. I don't dislike Ugarte. But I want Ugarte to be a squad player, not our main player. Upgrade. Upgrade is is maybe the key word of the day today. Bruno just won EPL Player of the Month playing from deep. There was no change. There was no need to change the rhythm we're building. I don't disagree, AI Tech, but I also want to just let just keep in mind that Bruno's also one of the most creative players we have in and around the box. That it's almost a tricky situation, right? Like you wish you had someone who can distribute back there so that Bruno can be free to go forward, or you wish you had someone who is more creative in and around the box so that you can play Bruno back there. That's the problem. He's good at both of those things. When you play Bruno back, you start noticing that not much is happening up front. When you play Bruno forward, you start noticing nothing. We can't get out of the back. Okay, it looks like we are about to start the second half, and it looks like Rasmus is starting the second half. United and Madrid. Xerxes needs to go back into midfield to link up play, which is what's about to happen. Garnacho's getting flamed on Twitter. Damn. Who did Rasmus come in for? It is against tired legs. Xerxes is still in, so maybe Garnacho's on the bench, isn't he? Who did Rasmus just come in for? Somebody, DOG, who asked if you can send me an email. Bro, if you go to the profile on my YouTube page, my email address is right there for anybody to see. Yes, you can send me an email. Please don't, if you really want me to read your email, please keep it under a paragraph or two. I try to read every single comment. Oh, man, I didn't start the thing, dude. I didn't start the timer on time, guys. I think I'm about 5 seconds behind or 3 seconds behind. My timer's 3 seconds behind what I'm actually at, and I don't know how to fix that. Oh, it's 8 seconds. Jeez. Sorry, guys. I missed it while I was reading comments. And Dallo just hit the ref with the ball. So my timer says 24 and the game says 34. So I'm 10 seconds behind. Sorry, guys. And I don't know how to fix it, guys. I'm really sorry. Ugarte got subbed out. Hold on. I'm still trying to figure this out. So Rasmus came in for Ugarte? So Ugarte got subbed out. Bruno moved back to play alongside Casemiro. Oh, no. Casemiro's playing as a single pivot. Bruno's going to just play floating around between the 10 and the 6. So he's going to play. I love Højlund's run there. That was a good run. Guys, I like this. I like that Bruno's going to play somewhere between the 10 and the 6 and leave Cas by himself, which, see, Bruno playing there, Bruno's the most dangerous, by the way. Like, I don't care what anybody thinks, right? Bruno's the most dangerous and what every other team is worried about. So there's no way that they're going to leave him in a pocket there by himself. And if they do, shame on them because they're going to get punished for it. So he's going to drag players up, and that should leave Cas a little more space to be able to operate and help our defenders get the ball up. We'll see how that works out. I kind of like this a lot. I'm telling you, Ruben Amorim and his coaching staff, let's not just say Ruben. Nice cross. Oh, Cas just a little weak on the header, just a little not like there wasn't enough power behind it, but it was actually well placed. Yeah, it was a little behind him, so he headed it up a little high. My hair is a mess, but I got to take this hat off. I'm starting to get a headache. Why did Amorim do that subbing Ugarte is bad? Because Casemiro cannot cover ground against. Okay, I see where you're coming from there. You're asking why did Amorim take out the guy who can cover more ground and leave Cas on? Before I even get to that, the more I watch Garnacho, the more I miss Ahmad. We have 70% possession, 10 shots, 3 on target, but it feels like we aren't doing anything. No, we're doing okay. We just suck in the end. I agree. Ugarte for me should be more of a squad player. Dave, me and you see eye to eye there. For Ugarte, thank you, Ben, for letting me know. Rasmus for Ugarte, thank you, guys. Ugarte is subbed out. Maz on the right now. Oh, man, I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that. And that's where I like Maz. That's what I was saying early on. I'll get right back to the comments once I watch this cross. No! Nice save, Onana. Wait. Offside. Okay. Nice save, Onana, anyway. Jesus. That is not something... I thought it was a goal. As soon as I saw the header make contact with the guy's head, I was like, Onana's not saving that. Oh, yeah, he's way offside. Great job, defensive line. Way offside. Maz on the right now. Thank you for letting me know. That's awesome. Why did Amorim... Okay, here we go. Why did Amorim sub Ugarte? Casemiro cannot cover ground. So let's answer that. Amorim subbed Ugarte for Casemiro because he's willing to risk not covering ground because he got 3 defenders in his shape for better passing. This is what you guys need to realize that I try to say in my videos, that Ugarte's passing is not what Amorim wants. And there will be other people who make videos who claim to know what Amorim wants out of his team, who claim to use data and everything else. And I hate to talk like this, but it's true. And will tell you that Amorim's not looking for progressive passing from his midfielders. He's looking for progressive passing from his center backs. That's bullshit. Amorim replaced Ugarte with Hjolmund at Sporting, who's a much better progressive passer. Amorim wants progressive passing from everybody. Which manager doesn't? A good progressive passer, not an unsafe one, not someone who's launching balls. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking Hjolmund is not an unsafe progressive passer. A good which manager is like, oh, I don't want a center defensive midfielder who can pass forward. I just want one who covers ground. What's wrong with wanting both? That's like saying I want an attacking midfielder who can dribble, but I don't really care if he can score. What? Wait, what? What's the point? He's going to dribble, find a shot, and then kick it out of bounds? That's not how it works, guys. And right now, he just benched Ugarte for an older, slower Casemiro because Cass's progressive passing is better. Period. No argument there. Does Ugarte cover more ground? Yes. Is Ugarte's passing percentage better than Casemiro's? Yes. But unfortunately, those passes are sideways and backwards. I have seen podcasts where they talk about Amorim from 3 years ago when he first became a legend for helping Sporting win. And in that podcast, one of his coaches was saying, in Portuguese, by the way, the podcast wasn't even in English. In Portuguese, one of his coaches was saying that Ruben Amorim's favorite defensive midfielder is Sergio Busquets. Guys, if Sergio Busquets is your favorite 6 ever to play, does Sergio Busquets cover a lot of ground? No. Is Sergio Busquets faster than Casemiro? No. But Sergio Busquets knows how to read the game, make intelligent passes, and he definitely knows how to progressively pass. All right, let's get back to the game. Elanga running forward as he normally does, but I love Mezraoui on the right. Okay, I got to get back in this game. Talking all that about Ugarte and explaining all that kind of took me out of this game. I need to get back. I need to lock on. Why do I feel like the ball's been on our half of the field more in this half than we were doing at the end of the first half? Ooh, no foul. Good. Keep the ball. No VAR check there. Oh, what are you doing, Dorgu? They're bringing more bodies. They're bringing more bodies forward. Casemiro yellow card, God please. Did he? I missed it. If Casemiro got a yellow card, I missed it. I was busy with my passionate rant. we're chasing. We're doing a good job closing down space. Delow's way up. We got the ball back. My hair is probably a mess. I don't care. Nice. Cass getting it switched to the other side where there's space is awesome. Dorgu, what are you going to do? Oh, no. Dorgu, that's nervous. That's Dorgu making 2 nervous mistakes now that I saw in the last 3 minutes. There's nothing. United fans are the best in stadium. They're the best. They sing the longest. They back their team until it's absolutely hopeless, basically. To be honest with you, sometimes I don't feel like our players deserve the kind of support they get. That's just me being honest, and I'm not saying we should be yelling at our players or calling them names or anything like that. I'm just amazed at how much support United fans give our players, even when we're in a funk like we have been for the last 2 seasons. What? No, man. Oh, wait a minute. So Bruno kicks the ball off the defender there, and right away, if you focused in on Bruno, he yelled at someone for not coming back. That makes sense to me, and I've seen Bruno do that a lot, where I'm sure Garnacho's not checking back like he's supposed to be checking back. Honestly, I really like Garnacho on the right side more than the left, so I'm not sure why we have Zirkzee on the right. That's a Amarin play right there. That ball, he's got to hold it. He's got to do better. Yes, he's got. Oh, why? That's what Rasmus got to be better at, and I thought he was about to get it too. I thought he was going to be able to hold it up and get Delo involved. That's a Ruben play. You guys know me. You know I've been talking about that for a long time. That diagonal run, the zone 18 long ball. And he was on the right side of the defender. He did much better than he's ever done. He caught him in the head with... What? How? This is good. This is good. Yep, those 3 passes. The shape of the team was set up to do that. Oh, Dorgu, man. Okay, we're starting to get our foot back in the game. Like, we're starting to control the ball a little bit better. We were not doing so well the first 10 minutes, and now we're a little bit better. Garnacho, Bruno. There's the run from Garnacho, but he's going the wrong way. Bruno, and then Garnacho and Dorgu run right into each other. That's the bad movement. That was bad movement twice, and I hate to say it because everyone's already piling in on him. That was Garnacho bad movement twice in a row. Which really just, ooh, yes, lay it off. Garnacho's going to get that ball on his right foot, which means he's shooting. I knew it. And unfortunately, he should have faked the shot and cut down to the end line, and he would have had 4 people in the box ready for him to cut it back. He should have faked this, and number 7 would have gone slide. He should have faked that shot, and number 7 would have gone sliding in 23. He would have basically taken out two opponents with 1 fake shot there, and he would have been able to go down to the end line and cut it back. And I think there was at least three, but maybe 4 of his teammates waiting in the box for that cutback pass. And that is why I don't like Garnacho on the left. Because anytime he's got it on his right foot, he's going to shoot it. Doesn't matter if there are better options. I am reading your comments, by the way, even though I'm not reading them out loud. I am reading what Mikra, Ben, and Dennis said. The last three. Casemiro's out. Yeah, Casemiro is out next. Capone, you called it. He's out for Eriksson, though, which tells you guys what. Earlier, I just had a passionate rant about he took Ugarte out and left Casemiro in so he can have more progressive passing. He just doubled down by taking out a defensive player and putting in Eriksson for even more progressive passing. So he's abandoning midfield defense because we're so desperate for progressive passing. Ooh, that was bad from De Ligt. He misjudged that offside trap. You know, take a look at us getting out of our corner, right, when we're defending a corner. It's like the ball's not falling somewhere where we could counter real quickly without Ahmad. When Ahmad would play, I don't know what, 50% of the corners, if we didn't get scored on, 50% of the corners would end up with some sort of counter. Ahmad or Rashford, but I'm gonna talk like Rashford doesn't play for us anymore. Because he doesn't. Mazraoui to Bruno. Højlund, bad touch, man. This is what Rasmus with his back against goal. I want him to do well, guys. I really do. Oh no, Alanga taking Delo to the sideline. Okay, Mazraoui bailed him out. Mazraoui puts Bruno with an amazing touch. The game timer is 10 seconds ahead of me, Art. The game timer is 10 seconds ahead of me. So right now I'm at 10 seconds ahead, basically. Should I try to see if I can make this fix? Man, I hope I don't mess it up, though. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. I'm not even going to mess with it. If I mess with it, I'm going to ruin it. So it's 10 seconds ahead. The actual game is 10 seconds ahead of whatever the timer says on your screen. Okay, the actual game is 10 seconds ahead. That I'm watching. Delo cannot mark. I don't know what's going on with Delo this season, man. I really don't. Like, I wouldn't mind selling him for an upgrade if we can get good money and he can go play for Milan again like he used to, or wherever, whoever wants him. And it's sad to say because he's one of my favorite human beings on the squad. Like, he's a good character, good person, but I'm at a point right now where I don't care who we sell as long as we're getting an upgrade. That first touch felt like a pass. I think you're talking about Rasmus's first touch when he was trying to hold up the ball. Yeah, his first touch is not a first touch. It's like a knock-on pass. Rasmus is so bad. Lukaku had Rasmus something be go PR. Oh, PR. Yeah. Yeah, Lukaku was a much better hold-up player than Rasmus, that's for sure. Guys, this might sound crazy, but Rasmus has actually improved his touch. He's not losing the ball as much. I don't... He just lost the ball twice, Dave. He's been playing for like, what, 20, 15 minutes? He lost the ball twice, buddy. There's Rasmus. Good run. Great play. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. And that's why I have a little bit of hope in Rasmus. He made the right run, got the ball, and sent it to the exact person he was supposed to send it to. Garnacho there, because he was going towards the end line and crossed it, I almost don't mind, even though I wish he recycled the ball. But at least he didn't cut it on his right and try to score. Okay, can you whip a cross in better than Bruno's been doing? Don't float it, whip it in. I don't want to see a floated cross. That's not bad. It's just too close to the near post. Pass. Great ball from Bruno. Great ball from Bruno. Oh, man, Dorgu, that's nervous. See what I mean? Dorgu's been making a lot of nervy mistakes. These aren't mistakes. That's an easy pass. Any professional footballer, I don't care who you are, with no technical ability, can make that easy pass. That's nerves. The mistakes I see Dorgu make are all nerves. When you clank into somebody on defense and you just kind of bang bodies and fall down without even trying to make a tackle, that's nerves. That's someone who's like adrenaline's pumping, his heart's beating, and he's like, oh my God, I'm playing for Manchester United. When a 5-foot pass feels like a big accomplishment, that's nerves. I agree with Ben here. Like, you can learn how to get a better first touch, but it's going to take all summer. Like, it's not something you're going to learn working on it once or twice a week between games. You can learn to have a better first touch, for sure. But it's going to take a whole preseason of you, like, getting with a coach who's going to blast balls at you and you have to settle them. And the reason why I say that, guys, is because even in the old days, like, the first thing Roy Keane used to do for like new kids that we signed or new academy players that got promoted is during training, he would just ping balls at them and tell them to control it. And they would learn how to control it after a while. So you need to hire a coach during the off season who you're going to train with. And one part of your training regimen or program, that coach is going to be pinging balls at you and you just have to control it. What's his name? Berbatov said that he learned how to have a good first touch by banging balls against the wall. He would kick a ball against the wall, and then he would learn to control it when he came back to him. Garna to Bruno tried to get a little too cute with it. This is Delo. Delo needs to run down, yes, and cross. That's what I want to see from Delo. And that's what I want to see from the wing backs. Run down and cross, and then when they stop giving you that space, then you have the space inside. But you got to do that 3 or 4 times so that the defenders think that's what you're going to do every time, and they'll start playing deeper, and then you have more space in the up top inside. Alanga. Never played this good for us, man. Maz. Okay, zone 16. Now you've got watch the decision making. Watch the decision making. So selfish. So selfish. I called it. I called it before it happened, guys, because that's what's going on, man. And then Rasmus, now people are going to say Rasmus doesn't get service, and they're right. They're right. By the way, I said watch the decision making as soon as Garnacho touched the ball, guys. So I didn't know what he was going to do. But I knew that this was going to come down to what decision does he make. And he decided to cut in on his right foot and take a shot, which is what I guarantee you the opponent defender priority was to stop. Yeah, Garna should be getting cooked on X, man. I'm sorry, but that's like... He had to take that shot. I'm okay with that shot. The one after the corner. The last shot he just took. I'm okay with that shot. That's the shot you're supposed to take. I'm not okay with the shot in the open play. He wasn't supposed to take that shot. He was supposed to fake like he's going to take that shot, because then the defender has to respect that. And then you go around the defender down to the end line and you find your striker who's been thirsting for service. Guys, this is a big problem. It really is. It's a big problem. You can't spend money on Osimhen or Gyökeres to come in and then not get service in those situations. Actually, let me take that back. You can't even spend Rasmus Højlund money and not give him service in these type of situations. I don't know, man. Well, Amarim's doing some trash talking. Amarim's doing some trash talking. He's like, you're lucky I'm not playing. You're lucky this isn't 10 years ago. Garno made a good run there for Dorgu. Dorgu didn't pass it, but he made the right run out wide so Dorgu can go inside. Now he's got to feed Dorgu back or get rid of the ball. He got fouled. That's fine. It's not his fault. You got to give the yellow card there. That's good. Yeah, you're way behind, bro. You're just diving in for no reason. That's why Garnacho doesn't even get a sniff in the Argentina squad. His decision-making is awful, 100%. Amarim going mad on a Forest player. Yeah, I know, that was funny. I sometimes think Garnacho doesn't like Rasmus. No, but I don't think he sees Rasmus. That's how I feel. It's not just Rasmus. I've seen him do it to Xerxes. I've seen him do it to a lot of people. I don't think it's Rasmus. I think it's Garnacho on the left side wanting to cut on his right foot. It's like Anthony is on the right side, where you're just like, bro, not every time, please. Finally, a yellow for them. Yep. Striker is the cherry on top. We need to sort out how he'd get the ball. Yes, Dennis. Great comment. Garnacho wants to be Ronaldo so bad, but I doubt he watches Ronaldo's clips. Bro doesn't even do the chop back that sends defenders to the market. Yeah. Garnacho's never going to be Ronaldo. Let's. Garnacho would be lucky. I don't even think this is possible. Garnacho would be... Ooh, this is going to be kind of weird to say, though, because he's Man City's guy. But Garnacho's not even going to be Aguero, let alone Ronaldo. Oh, Xerxes, good eye. I wish it was a touch higher. Why is Ruben playing 17 on the left? He passes more on the right side. I 100% agree with you. I don't know why Garnacho's on the left, but maybe Ruben's... Fuck. Honestly, maybe that's why, though. So the question LaFlame asks is, why is Ruben playing Garna on the left? He's better on the right, which I agree. You guys know I agree. But maybe Ruben's gotten to the point where the coaches, and let's just say Ruben, everything is not just Ruben's decision. But let's say the three coaches, the three guys that Ruben and his two assistants that seem to always be talking to each other. Let's say they got together in the halftime and went, do we put Garna on the left? We'll get more shots off because we only had 2 shots in the first half or 3 shots or whatever it was. Do we gamble and we put Garnacho on the left? He's going to take some bad shots, but at least we'll get more shots off. And maybe they went, okay, let's do it. We need some shots. Did one of you guys push the hearts or in the comments, or is that coming from me? Like, why are there a bunch of hearts flying around? Did I accidentally push the heart thing? Like, what's the hearts about? Garnacho's selfish. This guy, man. This is why I'm saying play Garna at striker. No, right? Play Garna at striker. You know the funny part about the Garna at striker thing and why I'm laughing is because it would take him out of the game because our strikers don't get service. So like all Garna would be doing is running back and forth, and maybe trying to play hold up the ball, which he's not going to be able to do with a small body. That's funny. I can understand why you're saying play Garna at striker because I just made a comparison to Sergio Aguero. It would take a while to train him to play at striker, though. You can't just put him there. Like, it would take a lot of training in the offseason to teach him how to play at striker with his little body. Oh, man, Rasmus. And then he gives it to Garna, who's obviously going to try to shoot. Melchizedek, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that so much. Oh, Dorgu, nice header. Garna just blew it again, but whom do we replace him with now? Yeah, I don't know. Who do we even bring in right now? For me, I'm just waiting to see if Mount is available to play. Need to see Mount for not. There you go. It can't possibly be any worse. Yeah, Dennis, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, can Mount give us 15 minutes? Is Cheeto? Oh no! Get up, dude. Get up, bro. Get up. Stop crying. Stop crying. Get up. Garna. He didn't shoot. You think it's because he was too far from goal? Dorgu running inside, Garna taking it out wide. Dorgu gives it to Garna, and he replaces him out wide, letting Garna come inside. Garna switches. Good switch, actually. Let's be fair. Delo. What are you going to... Somebody needs to make a diagonal run to that open space. Delo takes the space and crosses it near post, and I think it's out for a corner. I don't know. Is it out for a corner or not? Yeah, it is. Okay. No, Cheeto, he played under 18s last night. Oh, shit. Okay, fine. Mount, but for who? For Garna, bro. Like, Art, for Garna. I don't care that he's taking a lot of shots. Are they worth anything? Mikra, that's who we bring in on the bench. That's what I'm talking about is we got to see if Mount can play. I was hoping Cheeto can play, but I guess he's not available. Garna with the ball. He needs to pass now. Okay, good. Dorgu, nice. Back to Garna, please. Or cross it. Nobody there in the middle. And that's a veteran. That's a veteran foul. That's not a bad foul, and that's not a bad yellow to take this late in the game. Hey, bro, honestly, I just don't see where the goals are going to come from. And putting Garnacho on the left, I don't agree with that at all. Yeah, if you've been with us, Jarvis, for the last whole half, we talked... Mount is in, but it's for Xerxes. Okay. I'm not 100% opposed to that, by the way, because I don't remember Xerxes doing much this half. So I'm not 100% opposed to that. I just like Xerxes' bigger physical body. But Mount is in, guys. Jarvis, yeah, we've been talking about how Garnacho on the left might be desperation because the coaches know that if you put Garnacho on the left, you're going to get more shots. Doesn't mean those shots are going to be on goal, but we already got the same amount of shots we had the whole first half, and all of them were from Garnacho on the left. Doesn't mean I agree, and doesn't mean those shots are of high quality or any good. But that's, I think, the thinking behind Garnacho on the left. It's because you look at the statistics after the first half and you go, oh, we only got 3 shots the whole half, even though we had 70% possession. How do we change that? You put Garnacho on the left, you get more shots. If you're going to play data, oh, that's a good play, man. Højlund with that touch was good. Eriksson with that touch. Garnacho needs to pass. And here's the, that's too high and floated. That cross was horrible. Dorgu, Eriksson, Garnacho triangle. Garnacho's holding the ball for too long. It's dead already. Oh, I thought it was dead already even before he crossed it. There's Mount. Oh, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If that's your first action after a bunch of, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. Was Xerxes taking up spaces like that? I don't think so. If you watch Mount, he backpedaled, and took up that space. I feel like Xerxes was staying too deep in those kind of situations and didn't backpedal to take up that space. I really do like Mount's positioning a lot every time I watch him play. It doesn't mean I love him as a player, but man, I'll take it because his positioning is better than any other attacking midfielder we have. I gotta go because I'm hot spotting from my phone and it keeps cutting out. Sorry, man. Go for it, dude. I'll see you soon in a future video. Jarvis, thanks, man. Thanks for reminding everybody to smash the like. I never even said it one time this whole... I don't know what I'm doing, dude. I don't know what I'm doing as a content creator. I'm just turning on the camera and having a good time. Guys, yeah, if you don't mind, smash the like. I feel weird saying it. I feel weird every time I say it in a video, guys. That's why I'd rather put up like a graphic that says subscribe and like or whatever, or like in the bottom there on your screen right now, it says like and subscribe. I'd rather do that than say it myself. Okay, settle the ball and get it out of our half. Let's see if we can get a goal. Garnacho coming inside. Dorgu goes outside to replace him. Even Eriksson runs outside to give Garnacho an opportunity to pass, but he didn't pass till he had 2 guys on him. Now they're forming a triangle. Garnacho actually moved good there and went up to the top. Takes the ball from Dorgu. Back to Dorgu. Very good. Now Bruno's joining them to make a square. Back to a triangle. Eriksson's waiting outside. Didn't get the ball. It was good, though. It was good. We just needed a better pass at the end. That was bad from Bruno, actually. That was Bruno's fault. And that's a bad touch from Dorgu. Now it's a foot race. Watch Lenioro. Foul, buddy. Foul. Too late. Nice. Nice. That's what needed to happen. Oh, he didn't even foul. He got the ball. Look, Lenioro is the man. I was ready. I was okay with a foul. I was okay with a yellow card. What are we doing? I'm okay with that too, because that's not even a yellow. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with us going, no, we're not going to let you run at us. We're going to foul. You're going to have to set up and start over. What happened to Lenioro, though? He's in pain. What a nice tackle, man. What a nice tackle. What are you looking at? Probably the best 60 million we've spent in a lot of summers actually on Lenioro. probably the best money we've spent in a long time on this young man who plays center back like a veteran at 19 years old or whatever he is. Oh no. Nice job, Lenny Yoro. And they want to spend 60 million on Jared Branthwaite? Are they crazy? If you can get this for 60 million, why would you spend 60 million on Jared Branthwaite? If you can get 8 in heaven for $1 million. Five minutes, guys. 5 minutes before extra time. Well, 6 minutes. 6 minutes in extra time. Delo. No, man. See his left foot. I told you guys this in the first half. We need a left footer there because that is one of the plays that he likes to run. He likes Ruben, that is. He likes his wing backs to cut in while the inside 10 is making a diagonal run to zone 18, and then he wants that left foot pass. Kenda does really well on that. Delo is not good at it. I still blame Garnacho for this goal, guys. I'm sorry. Garnacho should have fouled. I don't know about you guys, but in the feed that I'm watching, they just re-showed the goal from the first half because Elanga's leaving the match. I still feel like Garnacho should have took him down. Maybe I'm wrong. Some of you guys are going to blame the goalkeeper. Some of you guys are going to blame Mazraoui. And I believe, yes, they are not free of guilt. But the first person who had the best option to take him down was Garnacho. Euro big potential. He's doing really well. He's doing amazing. No foul. He is Batman. Can't believe we're losing this one. Best game in the season. We're playing pretty well, actually. It's a damn shame we don't know how to create anything. Forrest let you play, though, Ordo. Most don't do this in the Prem. We've watched this club concede 7. It's not that bad. We played them at home and not even close this. Garnacho tried to foul, but he was too physically weak to put. I think he was doing too cute with it. I really feel like he should have had his thigh, not his cleats, but his thigh should have run into Elanga's legs. Bruno did a great job using his body there. I wish Rasmus knew how to do that. Let's go, Garna. Wait. He pulled him, man. I'm starting to get desperate. I really thought we were going to score this game. Now I'm starting to worry. He's bringing in Harry Maguire to help out on offensive corners, I guess. And long balls. I don't know. Those gestures I just saw when they're like this. Oh, no. Wait a minute, guys. I thought it was strategic, but what if it was because Lenny got hurt on that one play when I told you he was grimacing? I hope it's not because Euro feels a knock or feels some pain. Okay. Garna dribbling up front. You got Mason Mount going out to zone 16. Doesn't take it. Goes back to Bruno. Dorgu. Garna. Mount's not running to zone 16. Lets Garna have the space. Garna tries to dribble in and gets the corner. This is why Harry Maguire is in the game right now. This is where we need Harry Maguire to come up big. But we need this cross to be a nice whipped in cross. We need this to be a nice whipped-in cross. I look at our bench and I feel like crying. Mikra, me too, man. Oh, nobody in the middle. Get rid of it. Okay, Bruno cuts it with the outside of his foot way too early, man. We're offside. This is panic mode, Bruno. I don't like panic mode, Bruno. I really love Bruno, by the way. I hate, like, if I say something like that, everybody thinks I hate Bruno. It's just, I don't like panic mode, Bruno. Just relax. Hold on to the ball, man. We got 3 minutes. Do something else. Oh. Yeah, Maguire's playing up front. I don't see him. Yeah, he's playing up front. Do you want to bring it down and cross? Okay, Garna, do your thing. Slow it down. Look for the cross. See, Mount, no panic. Good job, Maz. Good job, Maz. But now we got to press. Now we got to work hard. It's hard to work hard, especially when you have old men like Eriksson and Maguire trying to chase people down. Garna. What are you? Nico Williams is what I would call a B word. And the end of that word would be a synonym for itch. We are playing a 4-4-2 with Maguire up top. Delo, though, scary, man. Delo is scary. Would never want to put the game in his hands right now. Yep, get it out of his hands. Good. Yeah, see, I don't like his crosses. They're just not, they're so high and floaty. Like, there, Delo. There, Delo. Whip one. Whip it. That's low, bud. It's either too high or too low. Like, the man is not... You should be training crosses all day long. That's what all you do. We're screwed. Great job, Garna. Good job, Garna. Good work. Good work. Played 91 minutes and ran back on defense like that. I respect it. Can you keep running? Can you run down the sideline and give me a better cross than Delo's not? Nice! Oh, just behind. Just behind Maguire. I don't fault Bruno too. Don't get me wrong, man. Like, yeah, I did say like I don't like. Damn, just behind him. Yeah, Ruben. I feel bad for Ruben the most out of everybody. Yeah, I did say I don't like panic mode Bruno, but that doesn't mean I blame him, man. I'd probably be the same way, to be honest with you. If I'm playing in this game and I got 3 minutes left, I'm gonna panic and make rush decisions. It shouldn't never come down to this. We shouldn't be in these positions is the problem. To be honest, nice job. Oh, what was that though? Where are you laying it off to? Get it, Hoyland. Oh, nice out. Keep switching, good, and selfish man is gonna take a shot instead of just touch it away from the guy, man. By the way, I called that before he touched it. As soon as I saw who Eriksson was passing to and the ball was rolling, I said selfish man's gonna take a shot. What's he doing there? I gotta watch what I say because it's gonna sound. I get clipped up and it's gonna sound like I hate Garnacho. I just think he's too young, and not mature enough to be in these situations yet. Sergio Maguire. Maguire up against the back three is nice. Maguinho. I like what Mount's trying to do. Oh, this guy's going to be on the floor for the next 2 minutes. Bring him down. Oh, never mind. Delict, we're going backwards right now? Put it in the box. Nice. Oh, Delict, did you not see it coming to you? Oh, it's our ball. They touched it. Okay, my bad. I missed the touch. I thought it was off Bruno. I don't like that kind of chip in stuff. I hate that. That's desperate stuff. I would rather he worked it out wide and then crossed it in, because this is not good. I don't like that kind of Bruno chip in, whatever the hell that was. I'd rather he chipped it out wide and then have someone else cross it in. Let's go. What are we doing, Bruno? Cross, now. If he shoots, I'm going to kill him. Oh! Oh! What's he doing? What is that? Okay. All right. Hold on. I don't want this in my ear anymore. Okay. What do we think, man? I am ready to talk about summer. A lot of my videos moving forward, guys, I'm just letting you know. Some of them will be tactical, whatever, because I like doing those. It's why I watch football. But I've gotten to the point where I see the team trying to do what Ruben wants to do with Sporting, which is better than it was before. Before, I would make videos and tell you guys how bad it is and how we're not doing anything Ruben wants them to do. And then I would tell you about how slow we move in those places, and we've gotten better at doing better. Unfortunately, though, you can still see things like in the first half where you got Ugarte and Casemiro just kind of walking around, not offering anything in possession in our half of the field. They only offered things after the ball was moved up, and then they would finally start to offer something, an option. And that's why as soon as halftime came, Ugarte sat down, Bruno played, and then he even took Casemiro out and put Eriksen in. Those of you who were maybe worried, why Ugarte out, not Casemiro? And then why Cass out and Eriksen, and we don't even have a single DM? Well, just look at the game. It finished 1-0. They didn't score another goal. Our problem isn't that. We need some sort of like defensive midfielder who's going to cover ground and break plays up. I'm not saying that's not a valuable thing they have. I do want one of those. We do need one of those eventually for a lot of other games. But for the most part, our biggest weakness is creating chances that are of high quality, and then people of high quality actually finishing those chances off. So he's basically sacrificing defense in the midfield for more progressive passing, so the ball is farther up the field for a lot longer so that we can hopefully create a chance off of that. That's where our issue is. We need progressive passing, and it was the best game of United since Amram arrived by far. Sorry I took a break there because my friend Diogo, who's been with the channel for a very long time, just showed up. I hope he was here to watch the whole thing. And Diogo, I agree with you. We played a decent game, but we still suck at creating chances, and we still suck at having midfielders that can progressively pass the ball forward. My biggest wish, and I am going to read some of these comments after I'm done with my rant. My biggest wish is that this summer we solve the attacking midfielder position, we solve the striker problem, and we bring in a midfielder who can progressively pass, and then hopefully another midfielder that can maybe dribble forward and carry the ball forward, and maybe the carrying the ball forward midfielder is supposed to be Kobe Mainoo. And maybe it is. I don't know. I think that Kobe Mainoo with the offseason with working with Ruben would be a better Kobe Mainoo than we've ever seen before. Or maybe they sell Kobe Mainoo and get an upgrade. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that. I'm going to go with whatever they decide to do, whatever Ruben's okay with. Let's read some of your comments. Dennis, Amram said he needs more time on the training ground. He had more time over the break, and we're still just mad, predictable, slow. There's no real intent. Dennis, so let's talk about that, man, because you guys, I understand I'm in a bad mood. I understand I said a lot of negative things in that second half, but you got to realize I'm not saying negative things because we're playing that bad. We weren't playing that bad, guys. We still had a lot of possession. We still had no real problems. Think about it. He took out both our defensive midfielders because we had no problems other than the counter, which it doesn't matter how many defensive midfielders you have or don't have against that Nottingham Forest team. Those players are fast. They're going to bypass your defensive midfielders, and your center backs are going to have to make a play. We were not in trouble in that game. Other teams who played against this Nottingham Forest team were in a lot more trouble against this team than we have been. I hate to say it because it doesn't look like it. We did kind of dominate the game. We just didn't dominate in the final third because we suck. We wouldn't dominate in the final third against anybody. Against an MLS team, we probably couldn't dominate the final third. And I'm not kidding. This isn't me joking. Against an MLS team who packs it in, we probably can't dominate the final third because we don't have that player, those players who combine, make good decisions, and dominate the final third. So I understand why someone like Dennis, or Dennis himself, will say what he said about we just played a bad game. But I would hope that we can at least say that, yes, we played a bad game in that part of the field when it came to that aspect of the game. In that aspect of the game, we were horrible. And that's what needs to be solved this summer in this summer's transfer window. And I hope to God it's not going to be attempted to be solved by bringing in some okay players. We need some big boy players in the attacking midfielder and the striker roles. I'm not here for, he's a young up-and-coming player. We already have that. His name is Rasmus Højlund. He's a young up-and-coming attacking midfielder. We already have that. His name is Garnacho. We need someone who can do it, has proven they can do it, and then the young up-and-coming guy can be sitting on the bench learning from him. That's my opinion. I'm a little frustrated right now, so I'm going to be a little passionate about it, but that's where it comes from. If we don't have a proper rebuild with at least 6 players in, we should forget about this club getting back on its feet. Well, that depends. Composed view. I appreciate what you're saying because that's what I want. But let's say they buy 5 this summer and 3 of them work out, because not every transfer is going to work out. But let's say 3 of them work out. That's 3 out of your 6 that you're asking for. And then next summer they buy another 5 and another 3 work out, and that would be 6. And in 2 summers we would be back on our feet. And I agree with you, by the way. We need 6 high caliber players. But that doesn't mean every player we bring in. If we bring in 6, that doesn't mean all 6 are going to work out. I hope we bring in 6 so that hopefully 4 of them work out. Wow, that was frustrating. Marcus Stevenson, man, I agree with you. And thank you, Marcus, for always being in the comments of my videos, man. I appreciate it. Tell me you're clowning because I might curse you out. Hamdan Forever. What did Hamdan Forever say? I missed it. I don't see anything. We lost the game because of Garnacho. Should have fouled Alonga and continued to make bad decisions and took worse shots. Not a number 10. We should definitely sell in the summer. I don't. Who said tell me you're AI Tech? Tell me you're clowning because I might curse you out. No reason to curse out anybody for having a different point of view than you because he's not completely wrong. He's not completely wrong. Garnacho did make bad decisions, and he could have gotten away with fouling Alonga and maybe getting a yellow card. He's not 100% wrong, dude. He's just a different opinion than yours. There's no guys, we're all Manchester United fans, and anything somebody says is because they had their day ruined by a loss. And that's got to I got to stop this timer. That's got to be understandable to you guys because we're all in the same boat here. We're all upset that our team lost. So, and if I say Garnacho had a horrible game and I don't mind if they sell him this summer, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me because whether I want to sell him or not doesn't mean the team's going to sell him anyway. But just understand that my honest opinion is I like Garnacho. I think he's going to be a great player in about 3 or 4 seasons. He really is because he's crazy skillful and he's got like courage for a young man. But is he the finished article right now? No. Is he going to be the finished article next season? I still think no. I don't think next season he's going to be the finished article. I think he's 3 seasons away from being at his at his peak, and then he's going to be good for 4 or 5 seasons in a row probably. Do we have 3 seasons to wait as a Manchester United club? No, I honestly don't think so, and I don't think he should be playing as many minutes as he's playing. I think that I hope we can keep him and get an upgrade, and he can learn to become good as he waits on the bench and gets minutes here and there. I hope that's what we can afford to do, but I don't think that's what we can afford to do because I think we need money. So I think the business is going to decide whether or not we sell him. I hope we don't sell him, but I do want an upgrade, and I don't want him to play. I want Garnacho on the bench for most games. That's because I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair for him to have all this on his shoulders. Man United did really well, actually, comparatively speaking. It was one of the best. Yes, it was. We did dominate. That's why this game was so frustrating. 100%. The final third was not good, but finally, you see one-touch passing and progress the ball up the field. That part was beautiful to watch. We progressed the ball incredibly well through defensive midfield in general. Yes, we did. But while we're on that subject, please remember that in those instances, Casemiro, Ugarte weren't much help. Remember that. But you're right, 100% right. But let's not forget that. Let's not forget that the 2 players that have to be help in those areas when we're passing one touch and trying to get out of our half are these 2 midfield pivots that didn't really help us get out of our own half. Like, it was other players having to drop back and do those one-touch passes. And that's not good. That's not good. But yes, we did play better. And I agree. And I just have to make sure that the details are right while we're talking about this. It'll be an interesting watch for the NF team in Europe next season. This is ugly. Hot on football. Yeah. Where are we? I just scrolled and I totally skipped so much. Where is it? There we go. Would you approve to go for Osimhen but exchange for Garna? Do we have other options? Is Gyökeres an option? Because I'd rather go for Gyökeres. If I don't have other options and Osimhen's the best option I have, it's either Osimhen or Ekitike. But I get Ekitike without losing Garna, or I get Osimhen and I lose Garna, then I need to know the price that they're valuing Osimhen and Ekitike for. And then I would have to do my math into my data and see if per million I'm getting my money's worth. I know that's not the answer you wanted, but that's the real answer. So in the end, if Ekitike is available, but Ekitike is going to cost me over 60 million euros, then yeah, I'd probably exchange Garna for Osimhen. If Ekitike is available for 45 million euros or 50 million euros and I get to keep Garna, then maybe I take Ekatike and keep Garna. The problem is not Amarim dropping Garna. The problem is who to replace Garna. Mount just came back. 100%. 100%. It's bad squad building. We have a horrible squad. Garnacho's not an attacking midfielder. Correct. He's an attacking midfielder in training. He's trying to become one, or we're going to sell him. They played us like Man U plays the big teams. But remember, they are way ahead of us, I think is what that's supposed to say. Yes, their squad's built a lot better for the exact type of way Nuno wants to play. AI Tech, you're seeing another game, mate. They've scored 1 goal and that was it. Man United had 3-4 scoring chances and missed them. We've been bad in that area since Martial, Rashford, and Greenwood were our front three. Thank you. We don't need another, but he's got potential player. So you're telling Garnacho had a good game? To be cool, that is. How did Maguire, a defender, get more chances in 10 minutes than Højlund in 50 plus? Yeah. I think many of you guys are being unfair. We did a very good game. We need to improve a lot in the finishing. 100%. Well said. No, Garnacho had an awful game. Garnacho did. Does somebody think Garnacho had a good game? No, right? Everybody knows Garnacho had a bad game. Dorgu missed a lot of passes today. I thought that he was the low. He was so nervous today. Dorgu's missed passes come down to not skill, nerves. They were passes that I can make and you can make. It's not a skill issue. That's someone who was nervous. Very nervous today. I don't know why. He played better in his first 2 games. He just needs time to settle in. I'm not gonna panic over Dorgu stuff right now. I always like to give people 10 to 15 games at Manchester United before I go in on them. Because if he looks like this 15 games from now, you'll hear from me. Not 15 games from now. His 15th game. I don't know how many more games. I just feel bad for Bruno. Man, I feel bad for Bruno, for Ruben, for all the coaches that came with Ruben from Sporting. Can you imagine this? Like, these guys are winners. They figured out how to win and set records. And now they're here with our squad, and they can't get our squad to do a 5-yard pass correctly or make a decision to fake the shot, which would take 2 defenders out of the play and then go around them and cross the ball. Be cool, so we're saying the same. Dalot played better than Dorgu. He did actually today. Diogo Dalot played better than Dorgu today. Dalot did great, to be honest. Yep. Good. He did very good today. Garnacho is anything but skillful. He's all speed, no skill. Not fair. See, this is the thing. I don't think he's non-skillful. I just think he makes bad decisions. I blame the brains, not the feet and the technical ability. Damn it, I scrolled and I missed it. Oh, there it is. Because Højlund cleared a lot of space, but Garnacho, instead of playing for the team, he decided to shoot almost every play. Oh, damn, didn't realize you were live today. Hello from Montreal. What's up, Chiku? Hello. Yo, Meeks. Not such a good performance. Wally, not a good performance in the final third, yes. Good performance for the game, not bad. Not bad. We're saying the same thing, mate. Okay, they're talking to each other. Why do we have to wait 3 seasons for Garnacho while Yamal is over there deciding games? It ain't even about teammates. Watch Yamal with the ball. He's just miles ahead and makes better. Yes, can you buy Yamal though, Mikra? No. Yamal is not for sale, and anybody trying to buy a player as good as Yamal is going to cost you 100 million euros, and we're not going to spend that kind of money. But yes, you're 100% right. Lamine Yamal is much better than Alejandro Garnacho. But Lamine Yamal is like 1 in thousands. You're not going to get a Lamine Yamal in every squad. Some people online and other channels are acting like this was a terrible performance when actually the only bad part was the finishing. The decision making is what I would call it, not just the finishing. Yamal came into a team that had the likes of Rafinha and the rest, yet he made that right wing his own. Yeah, Yamal's great. Did we criticize Garnacho's what? Did we criticize Garnacho's need to shoot off target all the time yet? Yes. Throughout the game, while I'm watching the game, all I kept saying before he even touched the ball, while the ball's going to Garnacho, I'd be like, He's going to shoot, or let's see what kind of decision he makes. Hopefully he won't make a selfish decision. Something of that nature. I don't remember exactly what I said, but yeah. Bottom line, we need a world-class striker if we can afford it. 100%. Hugo plays like a winger. Who is Hugo? Why am I drawing a blank on that name? Somebody help me out. I don't remember who Hugo is. Ekitike is lightweight from what I've seen. We need strong, aggressive, and quick strikers. Getting fast strikers might not cut it. We need quick, skillful strikers, 100%. 100%, I don't. Ekitike reminds me of, and I think it reminds everybody of that Newcastle striker. The Swedish guy. I think he's Swedish. I forgot his name. As normal. So he reminds me of that guy. And he could come in and do a job, yes. But he doesn't really... I don't know if he has the hold-up play we need for the Ruben Amorim system and some things that Ruben likes to do. And I would want Samu from Porto, which I know is not ready. He's very young. And I've been saying I don't want a young player. But Samu from Porto has the body to do the hold-up play that we need. So, I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go, dude. I don't even know if they'll keep Rasmus, sell Rasmus. I know we've heard noise that they're not going to sell Rasmus, but I don't know. I don't know what... I'm very curious about this summer. It's super exciting to me, by the way. I'd love not knowing. I would love not knowing because whenever I know, I get let down. I almost knew that we're going to sign Kenda. Guess what? We're not signing Kenda. It's like, no, don't tell me then, man. Don't give me false hope that we're going to sign someone I want to sign, and then we end up not signing him and he goes to Chelsea. Mazraoui was awful in the goal. Yes, he was a little late making a decision. Completely his fault? I don't know. I feel like there was someone... I need to watch that goal again from a wider view because I feel like Mazraoui was trying to make sure that if the ball carrier Alonga passed the ball, that Mazraoui could at least make it to the other guy so that the other guy doesn't get a wide open shot. I still think he should have been brought down for a foul. I think Garnacho should have fouled earlier in the play. That's me, though. Could be wrong. Rio said he watched Gyökeres, that he wouldn't be able to score those goals in the Premier League because it's a tougher league. Yep, and Rio's always right. That's me being sarcastic, by the way. Isak, that's who I was thinking about. Thank you, Marcus. Where am I, man? I lost the... Rio is... I'm not going to read that. Garnacho needs to focus on finding a way... By the way, Rio's one of my favorite defenders of all time. If not one of probably the... Yeah. Rio is definitely the favorite defender of all time. Hopefully, one day, 10 years from now, I can say that about Lenny Yoro. Garnacho needs to focus on finding a way to pass, man. Why is he always shooting? If they were on target, at least. Rio should shut it. I think Osimhen is a better choice than Gyökeres. Gyökeres is like a finished product of... What? Is like a finished product of Højlund? I see Osimhen finishing those headers. Osimhen's better in the air. Gyökeres is better at holding up the ball. Which one do you think we need more? And those aren't, like, my opinion. Those are facts. Data shows Osimhen, way better in the air, scoring goals with his head. Gyökeres, way better at putting his back into a defender and holding up the ball. Which one of those is better for the team? That's how you make your decision. I'm not gonna give you an answer. I'm just asking you, like, which one would you rather have? Meeks, in terms of strikers, I swear, man, I'd sell either Garner or Menu to help get a deal for Gyökeres. Yeah, me too. I promise you, man, we need a world-class striker. Yep. Dogu just got back from a red card send-off, and he wasn't settled in before that. He will get better. Yep, I believe that. He needs to sink. Yep, I believe that too. I think the spine of the team needs to be looked at. The team would be a lot better with a strong spine. That's what I'm trying to say, but people think I'm Ugarte hating. I'm not Ugarte hating. I want Ugarte. I don't want to sell Ugarte. I just don't want him to play every minute of every game or be my starting number one choice for the 6. It's going to get better. May take a couple of years. Yeah. Yes, I believe that, or else I wouldn't do this on this channel, making a fool out of myself and putting myself out there if I thought we're going to suck for the next 10 years. Anthony Laga has won player of the match. Sorry. Even though Delo makes a lot of mistakes, I have to scroll now to read, and I hope it doesn't lose the spot. Even though Delo makes a lot of mistakes, his passes are more accurate when he crosses the ball. Then who? This is the first game where Delo had good crosses. You look like the older version of AA9 skills. You know, man, I'm going to take that as a compliment because skills is cool. Like, I grew up watching, like I'm younger than skills. I used to watch skills a lot when I used to play a lot of FIFA. I haven't played a lot of FIFA for the last 2 years. I still own FIFA. I still play FIFA. I like playing video games, period. But I've been taking a break from playing a lot of FIFA because FIFA sucks my money, man. I end up like I can't stand not having R9 or Ronaldinho on my squad. So I end up spending money and money until I get to like January when Team of the Year is about to drop, and then when Team of the Year drops, like R9's price drops, and then I finally have enough to like buy him. But then I'm like, dude, I just spent $400 on this game on one day, throughout the year of playing the game. I end up spending like $300-400 on the game, and I'm like, dude, I gotta stop playing this game. I hate EA. This is a whole different discussion. Never mind. You look like the older version of W9 skills. Garnacho needs to revere and respect his teammate. He doesn't respect Højlund on the pitch. I think it's a selfish thing. It's not about disrespect. I don't think he hates Højlund. I just think he has a mentality issue. Garnacho shooting from 40 yards. Let's not talk about it. I think our defense was pretty good from the 7th minute on. Isak, yes. Would love the Porto striker. Yeah, I would too. I don't want the Porto striker to come in and be our main striker. I just want him on our squad because that guy, Samu, if he gets good, that's a dangerous striker. You don't want that striker to be on Man City, Arsenal, Real Madrid. I want to buy him before he gets good, before he's a finished book. He's only like 18 or 19 years old. But dude, it's like buying a young Shaquille O'Neal, if you know anything about basketball. Shaq, early, like in his first 2 years in the NBA, before he got smarter, before he won championships, when he was with Orlando, pick him up before he starts dominating. He was already dominating, and so is Samu's dominating with his body in his league. Before he starts dominating the big boy teams, you want to pick him up. I really don't think these bad performances affect Garna, honestly. If he watches his replays, he definitely would start finding the striker more than shooting. Message retracted. We need to use loans. What does that mean? You mean like we need to get in loans? We're too big a team, man. We're Manchester United. We shouldn't be relying on loans. It disgusted me the last 2 seasons when we started loaning in players in January to help ETH out. I was like, who are we? What's happening here? We're loaning in that big Dutch man. I forgot his name. And then Sabitzer and stuff like and the Moroccan midfielder. I'm really bad with names, guys. And you're just sitting there going like, who are we? We can't afford to buy? Nice to see you live, Samix. Thank you, man. I have to say I'm surprised you have hair. Oh, you thought I was wearing a hat because I don't have hair? I just don't like putting stuff in my hair, man. Honestly, like the older you guys get, you'll figure it out. You don't want to put gel, wax, whatever you put in your hair all the time because you start to lose your hair, and I don't want to lose my hair. So I'd rather not put stuff in my hair unless I'm going out. Sometimes the result doesn't come, and this was one of those games we need to get better in the final third. Ugarte is better used in a role like Endo at Liverpool. Comes on to lock the game up. Yes, dude, Dennis. Ugarte's progressive passes are not it. Good as a squad player, not as a starter. 100%, Dennis. That's what I believe. That doesn't mean I hate him. I used to love these guys don't play the same position that I'm about to name. I used to love Chicharito. I used to love Jae-Sung Park. I guess Park does play kind of the same position, not really. I used to love Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. These people sat on the bench for the most part. But you knew when the game kind of felt like a game where you're like, ooh, Chicharito needs to come into this game. Or Jae-Sung Park is needed right now. Let's put him in. That's kind of what I want out of Ugarte. That's Ugarte for me. He's not the guy. He's the guy behind the guy. Don't hate me for giving you my opinion. I could be wrong. Weghort, Woot. How can we forget Weghorst and Amrabat? I just remember, I forget their names, dude. I just forget their name. I'm not good with names. I'm only remembering your names because it's written right in front of me. I can look at Ben. Ben said that. Marcus said this. I'm really bad with names. Actually, most of these names, though, I see a lot on my comments. And by the way, thank you for everybody who always watches the videos, comments. I hope you guys all drop likes when you watch the videos. I don't care if you drop it on this video when I'm going live because I don't really do this that often. But I hope when I post a video, you guys are dropping likes because the only way I'm going to grow this community with your help is with your help. So the way I try to explain this, the way YouTube works is if you get 100 views and you don't have at least 25 likes, it'll stop sharing with other people. You got to have 25% or more in likes than you have views. So please, guys, when you're watching my videos, just click the darn like button for me. That's all I ask. That's it. Just help me out. And I'll tell you another thing that you guys might not like to hear, but it's the truth. It's human nature, okay? It's the God honest truth. When I see a lot of likes and a lot of views, it makes me want to stay up later at night the next day to make the next video as soon as possible. That's the truth. And you can hate me for saying it, but it's human nature. It's nothing else. I get motivated. I'm like, oh man, like I don't suck at this. What's the next video going to be about? Because I already have things. I wonder if I can show you guys my next video, what it's about. So the next video, should I give it away? Is that even good for me to give it away? It's something I'm thinking. Again, I want you to wrap your heads around this before I say it. Unfortunately, my head's in a space where I'm more concerned about summer and what happens in the summer than what happens in the rest of the games, except for the Europa League. I am all about the Europa League. I'm crazy about the Europa League. But if you can think about it, I'm thinking about summer. Last video I made was about better use of academy players and how the academy can be used to raise more money so we could build a squad. And I'll tell you why, because just like all of you guys have been saying in these comments and things we've all said, we all agree on, whether you want to keep Ugarte, keep Garnacho, doesn't matter. We all agree that we need to rebuild this squad. Everybody knows that. Even if we keep these players, we still need to rebuild this squad and make a better squad. So then how we operate in the summer and how we operate moving forward is going to help us achieve that goal. And I made a video about academy players, better use of academy players, how to generate more money, and giving academy products more minutes, not because, like, I'm not saying that we should give Harry Amos more minutes because Harry Amos is going to be our starting left back next season or left wing back. I'm saying Harry Amos needs to get more minutes so that he's on the showroom floor in games that don't matter, so that other teams realize that he's worth more than 2, 3, 4 million and they bid 10, 15, 20. Because I'm sick of selling academy products for less than 4 million. It's stupid. Real Madrid, Barcelona, Man City even, Chelsea sell their academy products for a lot more money than we sell ours. And we put in the same time investment, and we have good, decent academy players that should be selling for at least 8 million euros, not just 2. Anyway, that was my last video. The next video has nothing to do with the academy, but it also has to do with something else we need to do in the summer. And if you guys ask me to tell you what it is, I will. I kind of don't want to, though. Great first stream, Samik's hopping off now. See you, Dennis. Can't wait for the next 2 streams of the season. Thank you for even knowing that, man. Thank you for paying attention on the videos to know that I took the day off. So I went to work this morning. I coached a couple of my players, 4 to be exact. Worked with 4 players, and then I left work early, and I came home to do this. So I usually have to work this around my schedule. And there were 2 other days in May where I can do a live that I already said it on the last video. I don't remember them right now, but I will say it again on future videos. 2 other days in May where I can do something like this again. So please join me again if you enjoyed it, if you liked it. And hopefully some of you guys can give me some opinions on what I could change or what I'm doing wrong. I don't even know what you like or you don't like. And we're going to do this 2 more times in May. That's all I can afford to do. Other than that, all the other games work out on my work days, where I just take a little bit of time off during work to watch the game. I can't come home and stream. Thank you, Dennis. See you, man. I don't understand why there are 54 people seeing and only 40 likes. Let's smash the like. Thank you, Be Cool. Smash It's Free. Thank you, Marcus, dude. You guys are awesome. Why do all the other Premier League players seem fitter than the United players? Dude, you are so not wrong, man. When Mainu comes back, do you see him as more of a pivot or 10? What would be your ideal realistic pivot and 10 going into next season? Ravel Burns, we're going to answer that question right now, dude. That's a great question. I actually love this. So hear me out and then tell me if I'm wrong. The audio needs to go up a bit, okay? I just turned it up a bit. Hopefully that's good. Let me know if that's good. I turned it up a bit. Ravel, was it? Ravel? That's how bad I am with names. I just read it. Ravel, okay. When Mainu comes back, do I see him as a 10 or an inside pivot and blah, blah, blah? Guys, let me know if you think I'm crazy here. I think the most valuable thing we can do with Mainu is turn him into an inside pivot who carries the ball and sits next to a number 6. So like a number 8, not a 10. In my opinion, that doesn't mean that I'm right, because I don't know if I'm right, because honestly, I don't know if Mainu knows what he is, and I don't know if the coaching staff knows what he is yet. Honestly. I don't see him as valuable as an inside 10, because it's a lot more rare to find a Frankie de Jong type player, to find a Xavi from, the days of Xavi, Iniesta, Sergio Busquets. Okay? That Xavi role is a lot more rare. The Frankie de Jong is a lot more rare than a number 10. 10s aren't a dime a dozen, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot more rare to find an 8 who is actually great at carrying the ball, not just an 8 who runs up and back and forth and has a great engine. Okay, most number 8s just have a great engine, run back and forth like Ederson. To find an 8 who actually is good with his touches, can spin a player, can touch the ball and spin into a different direction, and those are skills that Mainu has. The problem is he's not using them correctly. Sometimes he turns back towards his own goal, and you're just like, dude, what are you doing? You just did this like great turn, but you did it towards your own goal. Do it. Go upfield, bud. Anyway. The problem is, though, can Mainu become a little bit better defensively and read the play in front of him better? If he can't, then he has to be trained to be a number 10. Because you can't have a liability in the number 8 role that's supposed to sit next to the number 6, and he can't read the play. He can't defend. He's proven to me that he's been a little bit bad at that. So that's my answer for that, Ravel. I hope I answered it. I hope you get the point of what I was trying to say. He would be a press-resistant number 8 like a Frankie de Jong or like Xavi was for Barcelona. And that would be amazing if we could make him do that. If we can't, then we got to make him a number 10. Garnacho is making me warm to the idea of him being sold. Yep. Amas, best suited for a back 4. Correct. I'm not saying Amas is good for our team. I don't want Amas. I don't really think Harry Amas is a future at all. But I do think Harry Amas can bring in 8 million euros or more if we give him minutes. If we don't give him minutes, he's going to leave on a free or be sold for 2 million euros. I hope the audio is good now, by the way, guys. I don't know. You guys let me know. Selling academy prospects won't help because the Glazers will pocket the money. I don't think they can unless Ineos also vote for them to pocket the money. So that's up to Ineos too. That's not just up to the Glazers. I just turned up the audio a little bit more, by the way. Yeah, please keep the lives after game. Good idea to get things out of your chest. For sure, 100%. That's why I'm here right now. I'm not happy about what just happened, but you know what, guys? This is good. If I wasn't doing this, I can't smile. I can smile because we're doing this. Like it's like a support group. It's like Alcoholics Anonymous or whatever. It's like I feel like I've got a support group next to me and we can talk about the future and how things are going to change and get better. This is kind of cool, actually. I've never smiled after a loss ever. Honestly, ever. My girlfriend is probably going to be a lot happier right now. She's going to go, I need you to go live every time you watch a game because I'm usually cranky and we can't talk for like a couple of hours, maybe even the whole night, depending on how bad the loss is. This is kind of cool. I just noticed that I'm actually smiling. Thank you. That's you guys, man. That's you guys that did that, honestly, because without you guys, I wouldn't be smiling. I'd be sitting here writing more notes, probably replaying things that I hated and writing more notes about it, like, why does he suck? Why can't he pass the ball? We played well but can't convert chances. Perfect. Thank you, Marcus. Oh, man. Every time I scroll, I miss it. I think I'm going to skip a little bit because I just scrolled and missed some stuff. The audio needs to... Nope, I didn't miss stuff. There we go. Perfect. Don't care about the timer if it's wrong. Just focus on the game and interaction. Thank you. Be cool. You should try to see the game again, and you'll see Mazraoui giving the channel for Olanga to score. I do have to watch that again. On first glance, I think Garnacho should have been the one, but I might be wrong, guys. This is the first time I've got all this going on while I'm watching the game. And even if I don't have all this going on, I do make bad decisions sometimes, and the second time I watch the game, I see it differently. Turn up volume more. I did, so let me know if this is okay, because it's showing me that the green line's going all the way to yellow now, so I feel like I'm loud enough. Do you think Manu can develop physicality and his passing range to become more well-rounded? I feel like we are putting him in a box. Bro's only 19. Yeah, man, but again, like, do we have 2 or 3 seasons to wait for that to happen with Manu? Do we have enough money to bring in somebody who's going to be the number one while Manu develops? Or do we need to sell Manu to bring in that number one? What kind of money do we have? That's really what it comes down to. It's a business decision. It's not... Nobody wants to sell Manu in their right mind. No one in their right mind wants to sell Manu as long as you can get the upgrade without selling Manu. The only reason why you would sell Manu is because you can't afford the upgrade without selling him. That's my opinion. This is the only United watch-along that stays on the stream after the game. Normally they do a reaction video. I like this better. You've started something new. Bro, I think they do a reaction video because they're looking for money. I don't have any money from this. I don't make any money from this. But I understand why. Because, like, you guys know I'm into gaming, right? So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about gaming videos now. For just 10 seconds. I swear to God. So, because the Nintendo Switch thing is coming soon. Dude, someone just did a super chat. We're going to get to that in a second. That's my first super chat ever. So thank you very much. What do you call it? So there's a Nintendo Switch thing happening tomorrow morning where they're going to announce the Switch. And all the video game guys are making 10 videos a day on a Nintendo Switch. Each video is like 8 to 12 minutes long. Instead of making a 30... Do you know how many times other content creators that I know of have told me, why are you making 25-minute long videos? Why are you making 45-minute long videos? A lot of my videos are over 40 minutes. And the short ones are 25 minutes. And I always tell you guys, sorry, it's a short video. They tell me, like, dude, cut that down and make 10-minute videos and make 4 of them instead. And I'm like, bro, I'm not doing that. I don't care how much more money I can make doing that. Because I don't make money doing this, first of all, so I haven't gotten a taste of the money. Maybe that's easy for me to say. But instead of making 4 videos in the same day that are 10 to 12 minutes long, and all I have to do is, like, change my hat and my sweater so you guys think it's a different day, and then post them in every 8 hours, post a new one. And I would get more views and make more money. Dude, I don't know, man. It just feels weird. It feels weird. This is what feels, I didn't know when I was going to log off today, and I don't know when the stream is going to end. It just feels weird leaving right now. It feels like I need to keep reading these and talking to you guys until it starts to get boring, and then I'll leave. Milan on WSSD, thank you very much for being the first guy to ever send a super chat, man. And I love the people who gave him 11 likes on his thing. Loving the live also feels like it's a support group. Garnacho, please make passes. 100%, dude. That's exactly what we all have withdrawals on. We have withdrawals on our players not making good decisions. My name is Sameeks. I'm here to say that my players don't make good decisions, and I really want that to change. It's dragging my life down in the gutter. Dude, not to joke around with people who actually need that kind of help, man. That's not what I'm doing here, man. Please don't spread hate by saying this guy's joking around about support groups. That's not what I'm doing, man. I actually feel like this is good for me, what we're doing right now. It puts me in a better mood. Academy signings don't go against FFP 100%. 100%. That's why I think we need to sell better out of our academy. Dude, let me tell you guys this. If you have 1 academy player a year promoted, isn't that good enough? Don't get me wrong. Some years you're going to have 2 or 3, right? You're going to have the Manu, Garnacho, and Aid in Heaven in a single year, like get promoted. Did never played for the big boy team before. But then some years you might have only one. Isn't that's okay, isn't it? If your team's doing well, and then the rest you sell for profit, so you can keep buying the best of the best that you can afford. The best of the best that you can afford. Not Mbappe, because you can't afford him. I'd love to see Aklioche as Man United 10. I haven't seen enough to comment. I'm going to take your word for it. Be cool. Be cool is always in my comments after videos naming names that I'm like, damn, dude, do you watch every league in the world? Like, how do you know all these players exactly? Like, I hear of these names, but I don't really know how good they are or are not. Like Ekitike, I've only seen him play like 2 games, and 2 games is not enough to judge someone. And watching a YouTube, what do you call it, like greatest of hits or whatever, compilations, is definitely not the right way to judge someone, but it at least gives someone an idea of like their body type and the kind of moves they're capable of doing. But that doesn't mean they do them in every game, right? So that's not the best way to judge someone. I think the best way to judge someone is to watch them play at least 5 games. Also, I find it really interesting to watch someone play like 3 games for his club team, 3 or 4 games for his club team, and then 1 or 2 games for his national team. Because then you see them play maybe with different players around them with different positioning. And you start to realize like, oh, actually he's really good at this part of the game, and he's not good at the way his club's using him. And sometimes that happens. And that's when players and people and fans say things like, oh, how come he always plays good for his club? I mean, for his national team, but he doesn't play good for his club. That's because his manager at his club's not using him the same way. Manu trained in futsal, apparently. I know, that's why he's really good at dribbling. You call it so it makes sense. He wants to dribble slowly in tight spaces, but doesn't drive the ball. Yeah. And Amarim wants technically good players in the 10 position. Garnacho is just not that, and he's not creative. Garnacho thinks he's that. I would think Manu will be a better fit into Xerxes' role tonight. However, that role didn't really exist in Sporting setup, so that's a variable setup that might not really be needed. You're saying Xerxes' role was just playing behind the 10, not as one of the inside 10s. You're saying Xerxes' role was like a false 9? You mean Xerxes' role in the first half where he played a little bit like a false 9? I'm trying to read that, Vishal. I'm not sure where you were taking that. Man, this darn thing doesn't let me scroll. Like sometimes it just jumps like 10 comments. So if I missed your comment, I'm so sorry, man. I'm trying to read every single comment, but sometimes when I scroll, it skips like 6, and I try to go back up, and inevitably I'm going to miss something. If we buy a 6 who can progressively pass, I feel like Manu can absolutely start. Again, the Manu problem to me is a reading of the game problem and being in a defensive position to stop a threatening attack. It's not. I do believe that we need a 6 who can progressively pass. Don't get me wrong. Hard zapper, I'm with you. I need a 6 that can progressively pass, with or without Manu. Even if we sold Manu, I want a 6 who can progressively pass. But the Manu issue for me is, can he sense danger in time? I made a video, 3 months ago, right after the Liverpool game, where I showed examples of how many times Manu misses his assignment. And that's not me talking trash, man. I like Manu, okay? Please, don't. When I'm telling you guys my opinion on a player, it doesn't mean like, oh my God, he hates Manu. How could he be a Manu fan? Like, don't give me that. Let's be adults. The problem with Garbacho is decisions, and that I don't believe he can't be coached to improve. Again, I think he can be improved, but it'll take 2-3 years. Garnacho's technique is all wrong. The way he drives the ball on contact, there's no 100%, not 100%, but very close to being 100% right. His technique sometimes, he puts his head down and makes a touch where you're like, there's no space there. Why are you going there? Alonga wasn't that good when he was playing for United. Alonga's still not that good, bud. I'm sorry if I piss people off by what I just blurted. Alonga's not that good. Alonga's no good with no space in front of him. Alonga's only good he's like a racehorse. That's it. He's not, I don't want him. I never would want him. He's not for my kind of team. He would never, I don't think he would get a lot of minutes in a Pep Guardiola team. Because the technical abilities, that's not there. Isak was terrible early career, and so is Gyökeres. If anyone wants Garnacho for 50 million, United must sell. These players wouldn't survive in Portugal. Genuinely, these players are untrainable. Okay, we're getting a little harsh, man. What City does basically. Manu can play as a controlling 6. He'll need a lot of coaching though. Bro, Manu's defensive awareness is not good enough to be called a 6. I would want him to play next to a 6 as an 8 or a 6.5. Where am I? It just skipped people, man. I'm sorry again. I'm trying to not skip. Sell Garnacho. Manu's potential is so much more exciting than Garnacho's. I say we sell Garnacho and keep Manu. Guys, I totally understand this, okay? People are saying Manu's potential better, sell Garnacho. I've seen this all the time. I see it on X all the time. Guys, here's your options, and tell me what you would do. I want to see some stuff in the comments here. Somebody offers 70 million for Manu. Somebody offers 55 million for Garnacho. Which one are you doing? That's what I mean. We can't sit here and be like, sell Garnacho, keep Manu. Sell Manu, keep Garnacho. I'm of the opinion we have to let the market decide which one we sell. Now, if we don't have any money issues, I wouldn't sell either. I would upgrade both and put them on the bench. That's what I would do if we didn't have money issues. I try to see 4 or 5 games per weekend plus some more. Dude, that's a lot, man. I don't have that kind of time. I try to watch 2 games, sometimes 3 if I have like the head for it. If I'm in a good space, which you guys are helping me be in a good space because of after this loss. But usually we lose a game and the last thing I want to do is watch another game. So I usually try to watch another game before the United game. Because if the United game we lose, I don't want to see football. I don't want to think football, see football. Ekitike has not scored many goals. Yeah, I know. Ekitike worries me, dude. If it was up to me, we'd be getting Gyökeres. If not Gyökeres, then Osimhen. Those are the 2 I really want. But like I said, I don't know how bad our money issues are. If Ekitike is 20 million euros cheaper than Osimhen, I still want Samu instead of Ekitike. One day, when you have million views in your lives, you won't be able to read them. Never mind skipping. Thank you, TCB, dude. 1 million viewers in my lives. That would be insane. Was this game a case for or against getting a better striker? For, not against. Like, we need a better striker. Dr. Man United. On Manu, I don't know what that is. Have a ball playing CB, and he's moved up front to play 8, but more in the role of an Iniesta. That's exactly... Iniesta was a 10, though, bro. So Iniesta in our makeup would not be playing next to the 6. Xavi would play next to the 6. Iniesta would be up front in a 10 because they would have wing backs. So if we're gonna change the old Barcelona squad to what Ruben wants to do, then you'd have Dani Alves as a wing back. Who the heck was their left back then? Oh, I'm so embarrassed right now because I know that squad really well. I saw like every game they played. Anyway, you'd have one of them as a left back, probably Neymar and Messi as the 2 10s and Suarez up front. And Iniesta would be on the bench. Unfortunately, even though I love Iniesta, I think he's amazing. But in this makeup, you would either put Neymar on the bench and start Iniesta next to Messi with Suarez up front, or Messi up front, Neymar and Iniesta. Dude, what a squad. Jesus. Every way you line it up, it's scary. What a squad. And then people think Pep Guardiola is the greatest manager ever. Give me that squad. Give me that. I don't even know who the left back is. I'm sure he was amazing. Why can't I remember who the left back was? Sell him. If only Garnacho didn't think he was him. Milan... You're taking the words out of my mouth, bro. I wish Garnacho would think that I can be him. I just need to work hard to be him. I think Garnacho actually thinks he's almost him. I don't think he thinks he's him, but I think he thinks he's almost him. It's complicated to deal with players who doesn't play for the team. He showed us he was capable of doing nice ground crosses and passes. Samix, thanks for doing this. I'm jumping off. See you, Marcus. Thank you, man. I think Mainu can be a great player, but I doubt he can be suited to Amorim's system. Garnacho, sell Mainu. Garnacho. Garnacho isn't good as Januzaj was. Dude, Januzaj was really good. 55 million for for like what, 2 seasons. Januzaj was the ball. Januzaj was the reason why what's his name? Who was the manager? What's his name, dude? The guy who's like managing Everton right now. David Moyes. That's the reason why David Moyes had an extra 3 months before he got sacked. 55 million for Garnacho, a better deal in my opinion. Sell Garnacho. Oh, that's why you guys are saying sell Garnacho, because you would take 55 million for Garnacho and keep Mainu instead of selling Mainu for 70 million. Whoa, I did not know that would happen, man. That's interesting. I like that. Is the gap between 55 and 70 that much? Okay, hold on. If that's why people are saying Garnacho, let me explain it to you this way. The gap between 55 and 70 is 15 million. 15 million times 4 or 5 years is like 60 million euros. So that's one whole 60 million euro player you could be buying in the summer if you sell Mainu over Garnacho. You could buy one more 60 million euro player. Do you understand the math there with the amortization? So if you sell Garnacho instead, let's say you sell Garnacho and you buy 4 60 million euro players for that one Garnacho sale over the summer. You get 4 60 million euro worth of players. If you sell Mainu, you can get one more 60 million euro player. Is that worth it? Or if you're like, no, Mainu's worth more than the 60 million euro player that we would bring in, so sell Garnacho and live with 4. I would sell both if Amorim is a long-term coach. Dude, he's not wrong. Be Cool's not wrong. Sell both for that much money. Dang. TCB and Be Cool almost aren't wrong, because if you think about it, 60 and 70, that's 130 million euros paid to us over 5 years. That might free up money for us to rebuild for the next 3, 4, 5 years without hearing about FFP talk from Ineos. I don't think Mainu fits in the Amorim system. Right now, the way he plays, not quite. You're right. He doesn't fit right now. Jordi Alba, dude, you're right. Jordi Alba was the left back. Tariq with the Jordi Alba call. Good man. Ekitike is a striker with pace, flair, and ball-carrying ability. Yes, but can he play with his back to goal and hold up play? That's the issue. Lackmeister, what's up, buddy? I see you in my comments every time I make a video. Thank you for joining us. Garnacho couldn't score. I'm not going to read that, but that is funny, man. Ruben is clueless. Why is Ruben clueless, bro? Doomed. I don't agree with that. We played a good game, other than the fact that we can't score and create chances in the final third. But how's that Ruben's fault? Also, it's not Ruben's fault we got scored on. That goal shouldn't have happened. For sure, I think Mainu would develop in a Pep or more possession-centric system. 100% right. I think Mainu does fit Pep's system a little better than Ruben's system, but that doesn't mean he... Listen, man, if he could just learn how to sniff out danger, Mainu would be a great player in any system. That doesn't mean I wouldn't sell him. Depends on the offers. Depends on how much money I have. Let's start that way. Depends on how much money I have and if selling him is the difference between being able to rebuild my squad this summer or not. Damn. Now I want to see that Barca squad in Amorim system. Bro, that would be fun to watch. I don't think Gyökeres or Osimhen will come to United even if we have the money, because they would love to play in Champions League unless we win Europe. Eddie. They both played in Champions League before. They're not young. Neither one of them's young. They're about to get their last contract. Gyökeres and Osimhen are about to get their last professional contract. I will guarantee you this. They will go where they make the most money. 100%. Now, if the difference in money is like 100 grand a year, they'll go to wherever they want to go. But if the difference in money is an extra $1 million a year, they're going there. 100%. Because they have families, they have kids, they have futures, and they know this is their last contract, and they've already played in Champions League. The only thing they're not going to do is go to Saudi Arabia. Not because they want to play in Champions League. It's because they probably choose not to live there. That's it. These guys have already played Champions League. They've already tasted Champions League. There's no guarantee that Gyökeres or Osimhen are going to go to Arsenal and win a Champions League. Is there? No. They might go to Arsenal, play in Champions League, and not win, just like they did with Sporting, and just like he did with Napoli, and just like Osimhen's doing with the Turkish team. They're only going to go to a team that's going to pay them more, as long as they don't have to move out of Europe right now. They're not going to go to MLS. They're not going to go to Saudi Arabia. Maybe they'll do that after another 3 years or 4 years. We need to sell Garnacho because he simply must leave. Mainu is worth more than an extra 60 million player. I can respect that opinion. Gyökeres, Osimhen, Ramos, Burkhardt, those are my preferences. Bro, Gyökeres and Osimhen? Now we're in La La Land. Got attachment issues. Can't get rid of both my academy prospects. I understand. But I'm at a point, man, where I'm just sick of watching this team play this bad. So to me, it's like, how much money do we have? What's it going to take to upgrade? Do we need to sell our best young prospects right now? And then, but check this out. Here's the beauty of it, okay? We sell Garnacho in a world where we sell Garnacho and we sell Mainu. And people start getting pissy and people are on X. I can't believe Enio sold Mainu. I can't believe Ruben Amorim wanted to sell Garnacho. I hate these people. They suck. They don't know what Manchester United stands for. Bro, next season you got Cheeto Obi, you got Aiden Heaven, and you got Sekou Kone. You still have academy players to love, to root for, to get attached to. It's not like we're at the bottom of the barrel, man. This is just the beginning of this new academy. It's just the beginning. That's one other way to look at it. Sorry. I've been doing a lot of talking. Give me 1 second. Mainu was decent in the 10 position, but he needs to get his fitness up. Don't forget that we also have Ahmad, man. Like, we're not selling Ahmad. We got a lot of young guys to root for, and we got a lot more coming. It's okay. It's okay, man. It's okay. I'm not saying I want them sold. I'm just saying I'm not going to be too bothered if we sell them. He's one of the golden boys of this generation. I just think we've forgotten how good he was last season, what his technical ceiling is. I think we're talking about Tariq. I think you're talking about Garnacho probably? Or Mainu, because that statement can be true of both. And like I said, I get it, but I'm not that worried about it. We got kids coming, man. We got kids coming, and they're good. They're really good. Montanto. There's another one I just remembered. Is his name Mateto? Montanto. He's another good one, man. I think that's another one we can all get behind, fall in love with, get attached to. We got good stuff coming. We can't put youth in a struggling team, says Capone, and I agree. Man United is very famous in Sweden. It's not a question of Gyökeres. Man United will only lose him if Enio sleeps on it. Bro, I'm having a deja vu moment right now. I feel like I've already lived this moment. Keep up the amazing work. We will be here for the next live. Volume is still a bit low for me, though. Man, all right, I'll turn it up a little bit more. Here we go. I'm almost in the red. Guys, if it's too loud, let me know. I don't want to pop your speakers, but I just turned it up a little more. Mainu was decent in the 10. Yeah, we already read that. Man United is very yeah, I read that. We can't put it. Yep. I hope Amorim is given a longer run with our club. Me too. I want him to have a 3. Okay, you guys, you heard my last video. I said next season might be Amorim's last season because he's only got a 2-year contract. So he's either going to get a contract extension or he's going to get sacked next season. So we need a good summer. Or else this manager is not going to last. It's too loud. Got it. Turned it down again a little bit. Sorry, guys. I don't want it to be too loud and pop people's speakers. If it's too low, try to turn it up. I'm trying my best here to get it where you guys can hear me. We are slowly becoming a selling club. I think for a season 2 or 3, we're going to be a selling club before we go back to not being a selling club. Because they said in 3 seasons... Sir Jim Ratcliffe said we're going to be the most profitable club or the wealthiest club in the world and after 3 seasons. So for 3 seasons, it's going to be all about cuts, controlling expenses and selling, making money. And then after we become a wealthy club, we should not be a selling club anymore. So I foresee us being a selling club for 3 seasons. I hope the volume's good, dude. I'm trying to even put the mic in front of my mouth. And that's it. We can appreciate Garnacho's efforts to play in the 10, but his skill set is seriously lacking for the 10 role. He's not technically good. He's not good in tight spaces and lacks creativity. Bad decision making and lacks creativity. I agree there. Montato. It's the beginning of a new direction for the club. I would trust if in Amarim for at least 2 more solid seasons. Again, I said, I think next season is a make it or break it season for Amarim, man. He's either going to make it or not. As a Sporting fan, when I saw Montato 4 months ago, I imagined Kenda. Really? What else? Pace is an important issue, but quality with some pace is more than enough. Yeah, dude, we need quality and pace, honestly. I foresee being a selling club for the next 10 years. I don't know about that, man. That's a lot. I mean, you're saying even after we build a new stadium? After we build a new stadium, these owners are going to be swimming in money. Swimming in money. That stadium's not going to be called Old Trafford or New Trafford or whatever. It's going to be called, I don't know, Tesla, whatever. Like, it's going to be, somebody's going to pay big money to put their name on the stadium. Maybe even Snapdragon. But they're going to be swimming in money, man. Swimming in money. They're going to make more money from the stadium naming rights than they do from the Adidas shirt sponsorships. And then by then, I think football is going to be so much bigger that just having a Premier League team is going to be worth more than it is today. I don't think we'll be a selling club for 10 years. Probably 3 or 4. United need Cunha badly. We do need a player like Cunha for sure. He's very behind Kenda at this point in time. Well, he's still young. Montato, that is. Guys, thank you very much. We got through all the comments. Thank you so much for being with me. We've done this for a while. I hope we all feel better, even though we didn't win that game. I hope this therapy session together has helped out most of you. I know it's helped me out, man. I'm usually in such a bad mood, and I'm okay. I'm going to go watch a movie, play some video games or something like that. First, I got to make some dinner because I'm starving. But after that, I'm going to go watch a movie, play some video games, hang out, and have a good day with my girl. And that's thanks to you guys, man. Thank you so much for not letting me feel so down and angry about the result today. You won't get a new stadium before 10 years. Well, we'll see about that. I don't know. It depends on the government over there and what they do. Bro's getting emotionally tired supporting United. Bro, yes, I am. Great streams. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. We're going to go. I'm going to cut this off. I don't mean to cut off anybody who's still typing in the chat, but I'll see you soon. I'm making a video within, what's today? I'm making a video on Thursday. It'll be posted by Friday. Okay? If I don't, it'll be posted by Saturday. Thank you so much. And guys, do me a favor. When I make these videos, hit the like button. Not this one. Hit the like button when I make videos. Help me out. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, TCB. Thank you, Art Zapper. Eddie, thank you, man. Thank you.